Perjalanan ini terasa sangat menyedihkan. Sayang engkau tak duduk di sampingku kawan. Banyak cerita yang mestinya kau saksikan di tanah kering bebatuan. Oh, 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 oh. Tubuhku terguncang dihempas batu jalanan. Hati tergetar menampak kering rerumputan. Perjalanan ini pun seperti jadi saksi. Gembala kecil menangis sedih. Kawan coba dengar apa jawabnya ketika aku tanya mengapa. Bapak ibunya telah lama mati ditelan bencana tanah ini. Sesampainya di laut, ku kabarkan semuanya kepada karang, kepada ombak, kepada matahari. Tetapi semua diam, tetapi semua bisu. Tinggal aku sendiri terpaku menatap langit. Barangkali di sana ada jawabnya. Mengapa di tanahku terjadi bencana? Mungkin Tuhan mulai bosan melihat tingkah kita yang selalu salah dan bangga dengan dosa-dosa. Atau alam mulai enggan bersahabat dengan kita. Coba kita bertanya pada rumput yang bergoyang. Oh, 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 oh. Kawan coba dengar apa jawabnya ketika aku tanya mengapa. Bapak ibunya telah lama mati ditelan bencana tanah ini. Sesampainya di laut, ku kabarkan semuanya kepada karang, kepada ombak, kepada matahari. Tetapi semua diam, tetapi semua bisu. Tinggal aku sendiri terpaku menatap langit. Barangkali di sana ada jawabnya. Mengapa di tanahku terjadi bencana? Mungkin Tuhan mulai bosan melihat tingkah kita yang selalu salah dan bangga dengan dosa-dosa. Atau alam mulai enggan bersahabat dengan kita. Coba kita bertanya pada rumput yang bergoyang.
Selamat join Pak Agus.
Selamat Pak Reza.
Ya, apa happy morning? Sudah makan kopi? Makan kopi. Sudah minum
Sudah
kopi
Pak,
ke?
sudah sarapan. Alhamdulillah. Sehat
Keren.
Pak Rizal?
Alhamdulillah. Pak Agus tinggal di mana?
Saya tinggal di Bekasi, tapi sekarang lagi di kantor Pak.
Kantor di mana?
Di Tanjung Priuk Pak, di Akper Bina
Oh,
Insan.
oh, I see. Jadi
Ya,
sana ya, Tanjung Priok. Oke,
ya.
di Bekasi di mana?
Di Taman Taman
Kebalen.
Kebalen Pak.
Oh, Bapak punya internet agak
Wisma Asri.
telepon. Oh iya iya. Iya. Oh, iya. Karena ada Pak Sigit juga.
Ya,
How are you,
betul.
Pak Sigit? Welcome. Pak Sigit dari kampus mana ya?
Oke, thank you.
Pak Sigit dari kampus mana ya?
Saya Sigit Jakdoso, silakan menunggu di ruang foto.
Oh, ini soalnya lain lagi. Kami dulu lah. Jadi Pak Agus dulu alumni mana ya?
Apanya Pak?
Kuliahnya
S1-nya Pak.
ya semualah.
S1-nya dari UI Pak.
Fakulti apa? Kesehatan masyarakat kah atau kedokteran?
Keperawatan.
Itu di bawah kesehatan masyarakat ya?
Beda Pak.
Oh, keperawatan fakultas sendiri ya?
Ya, betul.
Oh, dia fakultas sendiri. Ya, oke. Terus di bawah keperawatan itu apa aja? Fisioterapi atau apa?
Di keperawatan aja
Oh,
Pak. Keperawatan
jadi
aja.
baru tahu malah
Fakultas
kalau UI
keperawatan.
keperawatan sendiri doang fakultasnya. Berarti
Iya,
paling bagus dong ya?
ya ada fakultas keperawatan. Ada Pak, ada fakultas kesehatan masyarakat, ada
Enggak, kalau
fakultas
keperawatan
keperawatan.
berdiri sendiri itu keren banget. Kayak Mahidol itu Pak. Saya pernah ke Bangkok, Mahidol tuh gede banget perawatannya.
Iya.
Udah kayak Salemba sendiri itu Mahidol untuk keperawatannya kan Raja Bhumipol Abuliadeh itu kayak Pak Harto kali ya concern pada kesehatan. Jadi keperawatan UI itu sampai S3 kalau gitu Pak?
Iya Pak, sekarang.
Oh, I see. Siapa dekannya Pak?
Sekarang Pak Iwan Pak, dekan yang
Pak Iwan dari
Pak
mana itu?
Agus Setiawan dari UI juga Pak.
Oh,
Pak Agus Setiawan.
dulu ada Pak Karyoto itu kesehatan masyarakat ya?
Ya itu Pak, ya dari kesehatan masyarakat.
Karena saya kenal dia pernah jadi ketua Kopertis, kita kan swasta ya, jadi Kopertis lah. Kemudian Profesor Dr. Aryatmo pernah juga ketua Kopertis, kedokteran nih UI.
Iya.
Sempat kena lumpuh beliau itu, kena stroke maksudnya. Oke, ini akan sudah bergabung Ibu Harwina Widya Astuti, tapi dari mana nih? Ibu Harwina dari mana ya?
Dari Akper RSPT NIAU, Pak.
Oh, jadi temannya Mas apa itu yang muda itu? Kalau direkturnya Pak Mehmet ya?
Bapak Ikin Tasikin, Bapak.
Oh, udah ganti. Dulu kan waktu kami ke AIM dulu, mungkin apa masih beliau? Saya lupa.
Oh, Bapak Boli ya Pak yang mohon izin.
Ya kali yang pergi bersama Mas Auri itu, Mas yang muda dari siapa? Mas Amri itu.
Iya, betul.
Ingat Auri, Amri gitu.
Iya.
Gampang ingat Amri dan Auri. Ini ada Pak Agus Dermawan dari apa tadi Pak Akper apa Pak?
Bina Insan.
Bina Insan ya. Ini beliau alumni UI perawatan Bu Herwina, tapi beliau bertugas di Bina Insan.
Bu Wina teman saya Pak.
Oh temannya.
Iya. Bu
Sorry
Winanya
Pak.
lupa kali Pak.
Oh gitu.
Bu Winanya yang lupa kali Pak.
Ya. Teman kuliah dulu atau piye?
Teman kuliah D3 Pak. Di Akper kimia Pak.
Oh. Ya, Ibu Herwina masih ingat nggak Pak Agus Dermawan? Kemana Ibu Herwina lagi nyiapin kopi kali? Kok di mute nih?
Ingat sekali Pak, mohon izin. Teman baik saya ini Pak.
Wah, ingat sekali itu Pak.
Perjuangan.
Kan main. Tapi udah lama nggak jumpa Su, atau gimana?
Kalau berjumpa memang dengan kesibukan masing-masing, Pak. Tapi kalau untuk ikatan alumninya masih jalan, Pak.
Masih. Sebab saya pernah berjumpa dengan teman SMA saya, sekarang rektor dia, rektor Universitas Syah Kuala di Aceh. Udah 2 periode, itu kan PTN ya di Aceh. Kalau orang Malaysia dikira itu Syiah, Universitas Syiah Kuala, bukan Syiah itu saya bilang. Itu Syah Kuala, itu Syekh. Jadi orang Malaysia, orang Singapura, Bu, itu dikirain di Indonesia ada Universitas Syiah. Karena di Aceh itu kan universitas namanya Syah Kuala, Bu. Jadi mereka bacanya Universitas Syiah. Aduh, capek neranginnya. Akhirnya teman saya yang rektor sekarang, yang Profesor Samsul Rizal itu teman SMP SMA saya. Kami pun baru Zoom minggu lalu. Saya 31 tahun baru jumpa dia, Bu, setelah selesai SMA. Dia sudah merubah singkatannya jadi USK sekarang. USK itu Universitas Syah Kuala, tapi nggak bilang Unsiah lagi, karena selalu dianggap Universitas Syiah gitu. Aduh, repot. Rupanya waktu mau dirubah oleh dia pada awal-awalnya rame gitu, alumninya merasa jangan dirubah-rubah, itu udah sejarahnya. Sakit Fatmawati Nursing College, YRC Nursing College, Army, Air Force, Indonesian Nursing College, and then Nusantara, and I apologize, Citra Insan Nursing College. Around 6 to 7 nursing college community in Jakarta is collaboration today. Therefore, this is collaboration all of the participant in this Zoom today. The last, we will to create many implementation of MOU, because we know the MOU is very many MOU, but I know we will to create many action, not only many papers to in our nursing. We will to implementation the MOU, not only sign and then we keep in our campus. Therefore, we hope today is the first, the second or the third start after some event before that, to create more event and collaboration, because now with the COVID pandemic impact, there is the positive impact in digital media is fast come through. Therefore, thank you very much for Professor Yu and Ibu Dewi as the coordinator of this participant or collaboration of Nursing College in Jakarta. After I say greeting this, I hope Ibu Dewi can to welcoming speak to Mr. Yu too, and then after that we will to look one videos, and then Prof. Yu will be to presentation his material sharing. Thank you, Mr. Indah. To you just now. Thank you.
Baik, terima kasih Pak Prof. Reza. Untuk selanjutnya ada welcoming speech dari Ibu Dewi. Silakan untuk waktunya kami persilakan.
Thank you very much, okay,
Jadi kami tidak hanya bermitra satu persatu, LPIA dengan kami.
Tolong di-mute bagi yang tidak menggunakan itu.
Sisma ini bisa bermitra juga dengan LPIA, LPIA dan seterusnya.
Tolong di-mute yang tidak.
Okay, Ibu. The Honorable Prof. Yu and Mr. Reza.
Thank you.
So, all of my friends here, thank you very much for coming. Of course, welcome to virtual meeting, Prof. Yu. Today we say blessed to God that we can meet in virtual account to continue our memorandum of understanding. The one of the activity today from you, maybe for the next we continue with a sharing lecture from Indonesia to Malaysia. So I would like to thank you very much for Mr. Yu that you spent time to me to explain a new method of teaching in era COVID. I think it's very important for me because the Asian must be make a synergic to in nursing because in this pandemic COVID, nursing is a very fourth line in pandemic COVID, and then we have to mix the lot of innovation, and then maybe you have already done that, so you can sharing to me, to all of us, to make synergic in the future. Okay, I think it's enough for me. Again, thank you very much for coming.
You are welcome.
For the next, I will come again to visit in your institution to continue our corporation. Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Ya. Tepuk tangan tuh Ibu Dewi. Oke.
Baik, terima kasih Ibu Dewi sudah menyampaikan welcome speak-nya. Selanjutnya sebelum saya serahkan kepada Pak Reja sebagai pemandu atau moderator atau sekaligus cara ini, saya akan putarkan dulu video ALC karena ini teman-teman, sebentar.
I will to look the video of ASEAN lecturer community where to first publish in June of 15. I mean June 14. Thank you very much, Mr. Indah.
Terima kasih,
Ladies,
silakan.
okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know what the ASEAN lecturers activity, you can do see ASEANlecturer.com. Bapak Ibu sekalian, kita sekarang mempunyai website ASEANlecturer.com yang diupdate setiap minggu 2 kali. Every week twice. Therefore, if you want to know what the update of information in the ASEAN campus activities, in the lecturing, in the research, and so on, you can to come ASEANlecturer.com. Baik, tanpa lagi membuang masa, okay, kita akan menjemput, bahasa Malaysia menjemput ni, we will to invite, kita akan mengundang Professor Yu, the special speaker today morning. We will to listen what the Prof Yu will to show. Professor Dr. Yu, your time is now, please.
Okay. Thank you, respected all the sir and madam. Let me address especially to Prof Riza, who is the president of the association, and also Puan Devi, and also the Puan Rastri, and all the rest of the head of the Academy Institute. Very good morning to everyone. I'm Prof Yu. Today, my intention to share my thoughts on the topic that was given by Prof Riza. I hope you can bear with me. And can let me share the screen, please?
Yeah, you can do no, because you co-host now. Pak Indah, co-host to Mr. Yu to presentation by himself.
Sudah, Pak, sudah.
Also thank you the MC, Mr. Indah, for introduction.
Yes,
okay.
You clear.
Okay, is it clear? My screen, is it clear?
Clear.
Very clear, okay, very clear. Okay, today my topic is study in the COVID-19 pandemic era, the new normal method of nursing lecture. I think this is a title given by Prof Riza. I think he want me to talk on the new methods, especially in regards to the lecture in the nurse education. So as you know, this topic is a very timely that for us to discuss on this. So let me put on the slideshow, please, and put on the slideshow.
Oh, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, upon the slideshow. Is it moving or not? The slide. Okay, this is an overview of my presentation today. Okay. Okay, as you know that the COVID-19 pandemic has ravaged the world since the year of 2019, when the first case was being reported in 2019. After that, the WHO has declared as a public health emergency on the 30th of January 2020, and later on was declared as a pandemic on the 11th of March 2020. I think most of you know, until now the cases has been skyrocketed until 200 million in the world, and the death is about 4 million. And it's also very unfortunate, we Malaysia also very bad. And until yesterday, we have 20,000 cases reported, and it's about 164 dead. So it is a very bad situation in my country, especially in Kedah. Kedah yesterday also 1,000 over cases. So today we want to talk about the impact of this COVID-19. Actually, COVID-19 pandemic has actually disrupted our educational system around the world. Of course, the nursing education was not exception. In fact, all the educational institute, not only in our nursing, but also in every university, the colleges, the schools, they has been closed because the country have to lock down, and they have to use a movement restricted order to prevent people from traveling, even across the district or states. So like myself, I cannot cross to the Penang states. I cannot cross the district, even my mother stay in Kubang Pasu. I also restriction from the district to district and from the state to states. So it's situation is very bad now. We hope that the vaccine, the country has initiated the vaccine exercise. I hope it's already covered quite a lot of percentage. I hope we will develop the herd immunity, at least 80% by the end of this year. And many institutes, especially like our AIMS University, we have stopped the student posting in the clinical area. And theory, we still on, but we put online. So today, that's why I want to share how we conduct our online courses. And why we have to stop the student from posting in the clinical area? Because the hospital, especially the hospital that we're going to post there, is all a COVID hospital. They treated COVID cases. Like example, Hospital Sultan Bahaya, Hospital Sultan Abdul Halim, they treated all the COVID cases. So if we put our student there, is a direct exposure. So it's not so good that we expose our student. And some of our students also not yet vaccinated. And some of them has been first dose, waiting for the second dose. I think in Indonesia it's the same. I think they are still carry on with the vaccination exercise. So COVID-19, this virus is a very mutated. It's already got the VOC, the variant of concern, especially in Malaysia, the Delta virus is very strong. It can spread within a few seconds and can spread from 1 people to about 8 people. But today, the case was reported by Ministry of Health said that it can spread more than 10 people. You see, so fast. Only few seconds only it can spread very fast. So that's why this is a problem because of mutations. So, however, as a healthcare institute, or maybe we are also the university, the nursing student cannot complete the clinical placement. So this is a problem for us. We're very worried. Not only the student worried that they cannot complete the course, but for us, the nurse educator, we also concerned that there is a interruption in the learning trajectory because the student cannot complete the clinical component. We have tried to accumulate the theory component, and even from the semester 6 component has been teach. The theory component has been taught, completed. Only left the clinical placement. So we are also try to juggle up how to go and do our clinical roster. Very difficult to do a clinical roster. The moment we send our student to the hospital, first week we send, second week the hospital say close because the case is escalating. So they have to close. So that's why there is a case there. So we have to pull our student back. So it's a very problematic. And the other problem, not only the student, is our nurse educator or maybe nurse practitioner, because we got a clinical instructor. They cannot acquire the CPD because CPD is a must to get the license, the nursing practicing certificate. So because they cannot complete the CPD, although the nursing board had allowed the exemption, they say, never mind, we allow you exemption this year, and then they can give you the certificate or licensing certificate, license certificate. Because for the nurses to practice, they need this licensing certificate. So because of this problem, CPD, the nurses cannot go and advance their knowledge by attending the courses to develop themselves, and they also will restrict their professional career. So this is an issue also. The other issue is that because when the student cannot be graduated on time, and the nursing workforce supply is being disturbed, and as you know that in the world now there is a global shortage of nurses. Even in Malaysia, maybe it's Indonesia also the same. And the global shortage of nurses, now the student cannot graduate on time. So they will actually put more problem to our the healthcare workforce. So actually we need these students to graduate on time so that they can join the healthcare workforce. But unfortunately, until now, we have actually, the students supposed to graduate in the last year one still was hanging in our course that they cannot complete. Even the nursing board license exam also was being postponed. Although they have tried one time on online course, online licensing exam. They have tried one, and second time, and third time they have postponed because they say the cases are too high and the staff have to come to work and manage all the online tests. So they in the office also they district 20% of the workforce can come to the office. Like myself, want to go to the office, only 20% of the workforce, and we only allowed to work 4 hours. That's why our working office hours is being limited. So this is a problem. Okay, the other problem is that the destruction of the nursing education, the effect. As you know that according to the International Council of Nursing reported in last year, 73% of the National Nursing Association throughout the world reported that the undergraduate nursing education has been disrupted. 73%, 54% was being disrupted on the post-registration and post-grad education, like master program, PhD program. They cannot go for that because if the staff go for this course, they cannot serve in the clinical, in a hospital. So the workforce will be reduced. So they don't allow them to go, they stop, and then you come and join and help in the hospital or in the community. So this is another issue. And the ICN have actually come up also reported that 46% of the country experience delay or cancellation. You know, how about in Indonesia? We have actually spoken a lot. Yeah. And then clinical placement, our nursing board is only allow skill lab 2 weeks to only place back the medical and surgical discipline. Other discipline, we have to go to the clinical area. We have to go for posting. There's no compromise in all these things, not like other countries. I just discussed with the university in Taiwan, and they have a OSCE. They have the virtual OSCE online, and the nursing student, they get the parents or sibling to be a model, and then they do a procedure.
Tolong di mute itu.
And then they completed the OSCE examination, and it's been recognized by the nursing board, by the Taiwan nursing board. So maybe we also ask our nursing board to try to follow like what the other countries are doing, especially in the West, in the UK and US. So this is a skills lab. They are given the replacement, but only 2 weeks only. To replace a medical ward and surgical ward posting. And the other thing is that there are 57% of the country reported delay in a student graduation. So this is an issue. That's why, although we can complete our theory, but the clinical was stuck there. We cannot proceed. So nursing students also express a concern because they are also waiting to go for the posting, and they are also suffer from the psychological anxiety, from psychological stress and anxiety, because the program is being delayed and they cannot complete the course in time. And many of them are sponsored students, sponsored by the hospital. And the hospital give them the contract is only until the 3 years. So when there is an extension of the semester, the sponsor don't pay for the allowance. So the student have to cough out their own money. So this become a financial constraint for the student. So these are the issues that we have actually brought up to the Malaysian Nursing Board. But because of the pandemic, nobody can help, you see. Okay, the other, okay, and my slide move or not? Move or not? Okay, we move on. Can you see my screen or not? This screen instruction. Can you see?
What happened?
My slide move or not?
No.
Not move. Okay, I mean I have to stop and share again. I don't know when.
If you want my staff help you, please you share me your PPT. They can do.
I don't know when it doesn't move away. Wait.
Never mind.
I go again. Okay, can or not now?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
If you want my staff's help, you can to share me by email or WhatsApp. My staff can to share screen.
Okay. I try to do it again now.
But if you want to by yourself, never mind.
Okay. Because I scared the time flies, you know.
Never mind. No. We will be to okay.
Okay, never mind.
Coming.
I don't put on the slideshow. If I put on the slideshow, the slide won't move. This is a problem.
But now clear.
This one clear?
Yes, clear.
Clear. Okay. Okay. Just now my slide until here lah. Okay.
Yep.
Now can.
And don't forget what the new program you want to introduce to our, yeah. Don't forget.
Okay. After that. Okay. This one is as you know that because of the pandemic, there is a disruption in the nursing workforce equality and supply because the nursing student cannot graduate on time. And that's why the workforce were waiting for the student to come out and serve the society, serve the hospital. But they cannot graduate on time. This is a problem. And our health system that they are not supplying because the student not graduated, there's no student out. And some of the staff some of them already retired. So we need to replace with the new staff. So this is a human resource problem. The other problem is that because of the pandemic, there is disruption to the nursing research. Research also cannot be carried out. I got one clinical research. I want to do a clinical trial in a hospital. I have when I approached the hospital, but hospital told me wait until the pandemic over. Then how am I going to carry out my research? I cannot do my research. So I have no choice. I have to go and switch my site on my research site, my clinical site. I have to switch to the private hospital because government they are treating the COVID, and then the non-COVID cases today they reported they are going to shift all the non-COVID patients to the private hospital. They only want to concentrate on the COVID, treating the COVID patient. So this is a problem that we face now. And the study done in Belgium, they say that the students are very frustrated with this because of the pandemic. They are given a very less opportunity to work in a clinical area, but the requirement by the curriculum, they want to achieve the learning objective. So how can we achieve the learning objective? We were posted in the hospital, the duration are so less, opportunity are very less. So and the expectation is still the same like the previous requirement by the curriculum. So this is a study done in Belgium. The students are feel very frustrated because of the pandemic. Nursing student. Okay, we want to talk about another thing is the nursing education. Increased interest because of the pandemic is also provide an opportunity for our nursing to be given the recognition by the public. Last time people talk about nursing, maybe nobody knows so much, but now people talk about nursing. Nursing are frontliner. Nurses are frontliner. As more than 30% of the National Nurse Association reported their increase in the number of applications, and more people are interested to join as a nurses. Because nurses are frontliner, they are the one who save to serve the society in the front to serve to treat the COVID patient. So we are given recognition. And with the doctors, with the medical doctors. So there is an increase of the application of the nurses throughout, especially in the Europe, in the Western world. And the recent data in UK say that there are 32% increase in the intake, 60,000 compared from the 2021 to 2022, 2021 to 2020. Mean there is an increase of 60,000, but 32% increase. That means more people want to be a nurse. Correct enough. So this is a trend also reported in Norway. Norway, there is a reported 6% increase in application. And more people want to be nurses. And when we look into the entry requirement for the nurses in the Europe and the Western, the entry requirement is very high. It's very high. They take people are very good result, result, higher certificate result or A level, very good result. So maybe our Southeast Asia, maybe our entry requirement put a bit down, maybe minimum. Not to say we try to compromise with the entry requirement, but put a minimum entry requirement. That's why we only can get a patient, get a student. If not, we cannot get a student because the society, the stigma, the people say don't be a nurse, and a nurse is a very dirty job. And this is a culture has been perceived by the society in our Southeast Asia. I'm not saying all, there are some culture like that. So because of this, people recognize our nursing profession. Okay, and the other thing is that nursing education, because of the pandemic, can we let the student graduate faster? Just only do the online, and maybe we do the virtual on OSCE or practical. But we try to compensate with the clinical, not to go for clinical placement, but just compensate with the simulation ward. Can it be or not? There are certain countries doing this, but maybe different countries got their own policy. As you know that many countries have tried to graduate the student on time, follow the schedule, because they want the nurses, these young nurses, graduate nurses, to come out to the workforce. And because nowadays we are facing a shortage of 6 million nurses, they are estimated that by the WHO there are 13 million shortage after the aftermath of the pandemic. When the pandemic finished, there will be more surging up of the demand for the workforce. So, as you know that because of the pandemic, there are many strategies that has been used by the institute or university to try to fast track the nursing student to graduate. But we have to be careful, as the International Council of Nursing has said, that we cannot compromise with the quality. We want to make sure that the student come out, they still can perform. Not to say we want to graduate them faster and then they cannot perform. So this is an issue that has been raised by the International Council of Nursing. So we need to monitor the students. If we want to graduate them, pass him to be a nurse, registered nurse, we make sure that he are qualified with all the competence, with all the attributes, then only you can pass her or him. But there is no compromise in the quality. Okay, we're moving on. As a nursing student has been in certain countries. There's one country like Malaysia. I think the ICO, International Council of Nursing, have reported in a report, say that one country have actually asked a student to volunteer to work in the vaccine center, vaccine center, and this country is our Malaysia. So nursing board have come up with the rules that our nursing students are allowed to work in the vaccine center to help in the injection for 2 weeks. And these 2 weeks can be placed for our community posting for 2 weeks. They don't need to go for community posting, but they go for the vaccine center to replace the clinical placement that is supposed to go for community. So this is also one of the strategies being adopted by our Malaysian Nursing Board for all the nursing colleges. And my student has been going out to the vaccine center because vaccine center have been rolled out in so many places in Malaysia now. And some of the above 60 years old, they can just walk into the vaccine center to get vaccinated. So they need a volunteer. So our student will be a volunteer, and at the same time they can get the lot. They can get the 2 week posting there to consider as a credit in the clinical posting. So that means they don't need to go for clinical community posting already. This vaccine center considered as community posting. So this is also one of the strategies that been done by our Ministry of Health. Okay, and the students are not because a certain country they are not allowed to go to the vaccine center, because vaccine center they could have a cluster of COVID-19. So they have no choice. The student have to extend the semester, extend the placement. Then they have to delay in the graduation. Delay in the graduation. No. Okay, these are the issues. The other issues is wait, I move on. Okay, as I think you know that our nurses is the WHO reported nurses consist of the 59% of the healthcare workforce. 59%. This is a report from the WHO. That's why it is a backbone of the health system. So every country should invest in the nursing workforce, because nursing workforce is a frontliner. During the COVID-19, they are the frontliner. They're the one who serve. They're the one who treat together with the doctors. So we want to make sure that our nursing foundation education should have enough workforce by given the opportunity for the youngster to enter into the nursing profession, so that at least we can increase the workforce in the nursing workforce to prepare for the future pandemic. Because nowadays the pandemic also not enough nurses, and they have actually our Ministry of Health has asked all the retired personnel like me, if I want to go and work, I can go back and work. So they ask all the retirees can go and work in the vaccine center, work in the maybe the COVID assessment center. So we're allowed to go and become a volunteer, and they will pay you the overtime and the hourly allowance. So this is some of the strategy has been implemented by the countries, especially in Malaysia. I don't know about Indonesia. Maybe you can share with me. Okay, let me move on to another slide. Okay, let me talk about, because of the disruption of the nurse education and the nursing school or nursing colleges, we have no option. We need to come up with a new model of learning. And this new model of learning is very important because we want to sustain the students so that they can at least complete the theory. So we put the student online. And it was found that according to the International Council of Nursing, 57% of the National Nurse Association, they have reported a positive effect of the pandemic on education. They say that because of the pandemic, that our education is being booming, especially in terms of the online learning, online education, e-learning. That's why my university also adopted the e-learning. And when when our country have a first lockdown, we have started our Zoom teaching. And I know that Zoom is a very useful. Of course, there are other platforms. After I will share with you what other platform you can use. Zoom is one of the good platforms. So online teaching and e-learning, I consider as an alternative, because we want to replace face-to-face. We cannot see face-to-face. We need to maintain a standard operating procedure, SOP. Then you need to wear masks, you need to do hand washing, you cannot bersalam dan sebagainya. So this is important that we know we have to implement the online learning. And in our curriculum, in our Ministry of Higher Education policy, they want all the courses in our program must have at least 30% of the courses can put on virtual, or put on online. They can do on ODL. They call ODL mean open and distance learning, 30%. So by now, I think our university and most of the university have achieved more than 50%. More than 50%. In fact, all the courses, not only teaching, assessment also we do online. I will share to you how we do our assessment. Okay, face-to-face, we actually put on the different platform, virtual platform. One of the platform is, of course, we are using a Zoom. Of course, you got other platform. We got the other learning management system. They want more towards the assessment. So in some other countries, they use the clinical simulation to replace the clinical posting. They are allowed to do so. But one thing, if the country want to allow the clinical simulation like Taiwan, the day I have a discussion with Taiwan, because they got enough resources. They got enough resources. They buy all the simulation, high fidelity simulation mannequin, and they can do online on virtual OSCE. Of course, if they're using the model, they use a parent or similar. But there is the student can come to the practical, but we have to maintain the social distancing. They still can go to the practical, they allow, but social distancing. Now the lecturer and the student must maintain the spacing, social distancing. Then we can do a practical. And then we got all the mannequin who are more high fidelity monitoring. Then we can do all the procedures, including the dressing, injection, administration of oxygen, and etc. So these are all very important for country. For country, we have a very good resources. They allow to do the clinical simulation. But our country, they only take 2 weeks. 2 weeks simulation to replace the 2 weeks medical surgical posting. So the adaptation to the learning ability by student and also by our lecturer will show the very positive outcome. Because everybody initially, when they start doing the teaching online, they feel very excited. No? Student also same. The first time, initially everyone is very excited. First time I go online. Last time when we are go conventional face to face, when asked us to teach online, we are very reluctant, correct or not? But nowadays it's become a norm. It's a new norm already. So they found that this online is a very student center and also easy to access. But of course, there are also a downside. There are downside because the students sometimes, that's why I said that downside is a negative effect. There is also positive, the student diversity. Student can come in, they can come in and then they don't need to go and wear the proper uniform and come to the school. They just in the multi, they can in the house, very comfortably, sitting comfortably in the house and do the online, listen to the online teaching. But one thing, there is a downside also, the negative side, especially students who are actually got problem in the connection. Like just now, like myself, I want to enter into the connection. Maybe my internet here is not so good, not stable. Connection not stable. I will show you in my country. The student want to sit for exam. They have to climb up the tree, to sit for the exam. I will show you because the internet connection is very bad. They climb up to the tree, So this is a negative thing. I will show you this. This one, the student stress. You hear this student, Malaysian student, sit exam in the tree to ensure the good Wi-Fi. They cannot get. They sitting the exam online, but the house, the internet are very bad. It's very lousy. So you have to climb up to the tree and do the multiple choice exam. And the stress is not only stress for the student, stress for lecturer who are actually like us, a baby boomer. We are not technology savvy. We are not good in computer. Suddenly ask me to teach online. It will be a very tough job. Correct or not? Teachers, parents also. Why the student is at house in the home? In the home also, when in the home, and then the parents also in the home. So whenever they try to control the daughter or son, and then there is an issue that the student have a right to me. I don't want to stay in my house. Always my parents keep on harassing me, ask me to do this, do that, until I have no time to go for online. So these are some of the issues students write to us. They want to come back to campus, stay in the campus. So we receive a lot of these students that problem. Poor connection, parents always disturb them. Parents ask them to work, so they have no time to study. And then administrator and ICT. Who manage the learning management system, managing the server, managing the network is also a problem. Because sometimes there are too many people are using the data the data is overload, heavy traffic, so student cannot access, staff cannot access. If myself go back to the office, always there is an internet problem. There is the internet always down. So this is a problem. ICT people have to go and troubleshoot all these things. They also stress out. So this is a problem, and there is an article written in this Elsevier journal. They reported that the student in India, because of the online classes, they commit suicide. And it's also reported in Malaysia, there are 2 students. I don't want to name the university, not so good. They commit suicide because there are too many assignments. When the lecturer are given assignment, not only one lecturer, so many lecturers go in. So they all the assignment come in within 1 week. They have to submit the assignment. I got one student. I teaching one batch, and the student asked for me to postpone the submission of the assignment. He said, "Sir, can I postpone the assignment? Because during that week to submit the assignment, there are 5 assignments I need to submit." You just imagine the stress. And there's a Sarawak student who commit suicide also. In Cebu, commit suicide. He studied in USM. He got too many assignments and this one. He commit suicide. So all these cases in Malaysia reported a lot of psychological cases, which students commit suicide because of this online teaching. So this is a negative side also lah. You cannot say positive also, they are saying negative side. Okay, teaching online is like a gardening. It is like a plant that you need to go and water the plant. You need a healthy environment, fertile soil. You're going to take care of the plant until it grow up beautifully with all the good leaf, nice leaf, and maybe the fruits out, the flowers. So you need a lot of planning because you need to comply with the syllabus, with the curriculum. You need to prepare your lesson plan, not to say you just jump into the bandwagon and go and teach. Not everyone also can teach. Maybe Tom, Harry also can come and teach. You need to plan your lesson plan. You need to know the curriculum, your content, what are you going to deliver, what type of method you want to use. Are you going to use lecture method, or you want to just do a demo, or we want to show and tell. So all this one need the hard work. It's the hard work we need to plan. It's nothing easy, nothing come easy. And you must have knowledge on your technology. A little bit of knowledge. I'm not expecting you to be an engineer. You must know what to do. Just a simple, how to click this one, how to click that one, how to enter the password, how to enter the ID. These are the simple things. We are not asking you to be an engineer. Okay, I want to recommend some of the strategy that, of course, students are much better than us. Because students, they are young generation, they are Z generation. They are very good in computer, they are better than us, they are faster than us. They play with a mobile phone, they are very fast. So you must know, you as an educator, you must know the technology. It can be new to everyone. Take some time to familiarize yourself with the technology. Then you will be very comfortable. Be prepared to troubleshoot. Sometimes the student cannot go in, especially they ask you. You know, last time when a student asks us, we say, oh, you try again. Sometimes you ask them, you shut down, you boot in again. Then they can, okay. Because sometimes there is an error there, and then you ask them to shut down and then go boot in again. Then they can. Because this is a simple thing that we troubleshoot how to, we have learned, all teachers have learned all the tricks how to troubleshoot. Because we need to do a quota examination, and many of them, one class about 50, 60 like that, we need to do a protorim. Protorim means we got we put the student onto the Zoom, and then we will ask the student to show the face and show all the whether he got keep any books, and then we will put it into the break room. I think Zoom most of you know. So we will monitor. There's an invigilator there in each room. We will assign the invigilator in each room to take care of all these students. The students who are sitting for exam. So this has been done by us, and we have actually get all the experience from this. And of course, recently we have actually caught 2 students copy. They copy because they hide inside. I want to thank my invigilator who are very professional. They can, if they record all the students that the way the behavior and they try to copy, and we caught them. We caught them actually their copy. They say no, my books there. How can you put the books before? The exam will ask you to remove all the books. Okay. And next one, the platform. Of course, you must know what platform you want to use. And most of you have used the Zoom platform. There are other platforms you can use. There are Google Meet, there are Webex. Webex is a Cisco. I think the subscription also more expensive. Cisco, but I heard Ministry of Health using Webex. And of course, you also can use Microsoft Teams. There are other studios. Of course, you also can add into the presentation, like using YouTube to make video using the YouTube. You can use in the OBS Studio, Facebook. Because when you do a presentation, you can actually connect to the Facebook Live, and also Instagram, the TikTok. Also, you can make many videos. So all these things are actually is at your hand. No matter, you must go and explore. For me to go and tell you how to do, maybe it will take a lot of time. Maybe you must go and explore it. You explore it. Thing is not so difficult. Not so difficult. Because everything they got instruction. This is the instruction, then you are able to do it. It's quite simple. Okay, you can see like your Zoom, you can put the virtual background. Virtual background, you can actually take from the website there. there is a Zoom virtual background you can put inside. Like mine, I put my university the background. So it's a virtual background you can put in. So there's no issue. There are many people say how to do it. Last time when we were teaching online, I also didn't know how to do it. So I exploring out this how to do it. So it's a matter of exploration. So Google Meet is the same. You can see. You can see here the platform. Of course, some of the platform you need to subscribe, but of course they are free one. Free one, they are limited time for you. Like example, Zoom, 40 minutes only. They allow 100 participants. After 40 minutes, you can shut down. So you have to go and log in again. So you need to subscribe. But you need to subscribe to the Zoom. Like your same also. The Google Meet also get. I like teaching in a certain university they are using. And you can see according to the survey done, and they say the most seen still the top is still the YouTube for the most visited platform. Still the YouTube. YouTube is Facebook, WhatsApp. WhatsApp also equally high, and others messengers. You can see here, still the YouTube. Although this is quite old, but still now currently YouTube is the top. Second is a WhatsApp now, and then followed by the Facebook and Instagram and other messengers. WeChat also after that. WeChat also quite popular. Which one you prefer, you choose. There is no which one is better than which one. You can think that we are more comfortable. Like we MCC, we are very comfortable with Zoom and also Microsoft Teams. But sometimes because our line full, because our Zoom we buy many licenses, but sometimes not enough. Because our students a lot, many batches. So we have to use Google. So Google is free. Once you are registered with the Google Meet is free. So you know, but sometimes the time is still as a limit in time. Okay, you can see you can also do a screen recorder by using another software, Medica. You can use this Medica, or you can use a PowerPoint. PowerPoint also you can do a screen recording. Because example, you want to present in the international conference, you can do the screen recording and send the screen recording to the international the secretariat, so that you want to participate in the international conference. So we can do it all these things, no issue. There's no problem that we can do it. And you can see these are some of the prices now that we are not going to look at this, but these are the prices that you can actually subscribe. Especially business one, they subscribe. And there, of course, there are other websites also around that you have to pay for that. There are others. The Webex, but we see Webex is also used. You see free, but it's only limited up to 15 minutes. It's only up. Webex also free actually, but the business one is more expensive. We are all in the American dollars, or they have to pay in American dollars. So the Webex under the Cisco. Okay, and then you can see here, this is for the Zoom. I think many of us are very comfortable with Zoom. And Microsoft Teams also, like our university also subscribe to Microsoft Teams. Because we are subscribed under Microsoft Office, and then they were given the license. Okay, another strategy that I want to discuss is expected the unexpected. We as an educator, when you teach, nothing is perfect. Sometimes the computer down, sometimes the internet down, the Wi-Fi not strong, connection not strong, sometimes down. So we have to cancel the class. We have to apologize to the student, send a WhatsApp message to them, the class had to be canceled because my computer down. No choice sometimes, but you need to replace the class. You need to communicate with the student. So always be flexible, always back up your things. If you don't back up, then you just only one copy, then you can lose all the data. So always do a backup plan. Be transparent with the communication with students. Tell them this is a technological failure. Even students also call me up. They say they cannot get the connection because he stay in a kampong. They cannot get. I say, never mind. You just listen to my recorder. Because every time when we teach, we will record the Zoom, and then we send our recorder. This is a must. This is a compulsory for us to send the recording, our recording video to the students, so that those students who cannot attend the class, they can listen. Like I teach, every time I teach hands-on, I'm teaching the biostatistics, and they listen to my video, and they can do on the SPSS and all the statistical. So quite very handy. So try to solve the technical challenge. Don't give up. Although that you are say that I'm very senior, like I'm not good in computer, try to solve it. Because once you become invigilator, you are very good at this. So you can even advise students how to do this, how to this one to remove the cookies. There is a internet in our website. In our website, sometimes there is a lot of cookies. You have to remove them. You remove them only because whenever you try to go into the website, you still cannot. You have to remove them. So this is some of the things that we, even because in our examination, we have to install one program we call Safe Examination Browser, SEB. Have you heard of SEB? When we put our, I will show you my learning management system. We put our question inside in our learning management system. We have to ask a student to install the SEB, Safe Examination Browser. So when students go inside the Safe Examination Browser, they open up our question, and they have to do the MCQ there, or MEQ, or essay question there. They cannot move to other browser. They are being locked inside the browser. They cannot go and copy from the Google anywhere, and they cannot copy from anywhere. So they want to restrict the movement. For Safe Examination Browser. So you must know how to do the configuration. So we lecturer, we learn all these things. Even myself and the dean also, I do all these things. So I also teach my staff how to do this configuration. We learn all these things, so you become very good. Okay, we move on to the next one. The third one, create and maintain strong presence. Always remember, you have to send a message to the student. You have to welcome them to the online learning, reassure them, because some of the students are very timid. I got one student, diploma student, just joined in. And then after that, he said it's the first time he go into the Zoom, he's scared. After that, I found out from the parent. The parent said that he got a history of psychological distress. So he said he cannot, he want to listen face to face. He don't want to listen to all this voice. He's scared. He said, I'm hearing voices. So I think that he must have a psychiatric problem. So sometimes we want to interact with students using the video or using the WhatsApp. Also good, WhatsApp or WeChat or any hands-on interaction one is better. So talk to the student, reassure them. Sometimes you can discuss the student in a forum, in a discussion board. So you can ask, they can ask questions, you can answer them, or maybe you can throw the question for them to go and find out. So always use a non-verbal communication. Use the emojis. Use the right emojis. Don't try to give all the negative things. You need to be positive. Teach the student to be positive. And of course, inside the profile there, you put your proper name. You are the lecturers. Put your lecturer's name. You are Dr. Yu, or you are Mr. Lim, or Mr. Riza, or Prof. Riza. Put your name there. And to show the respect, let the student, so that there is a student, the respect between the student and the lecturers. You know, they thought that you are ordinary salesman. Okay. And then the number 4, the set clear expectation for the courses. As you know that we want to teach the student, we must have the syllabus, we must have the objective, the lesson plan. We have to make it clear to the student. This is nothing that not to promote this product. This is to transmit your knowledge to the student. You need to have a proper planning of the lesson plan. And also you have to tell the student this assignment, you are given an assignment, this assignment, what is the grade? If better, you can give a rubric. Because all the assignment that you give or project, you might have a rubric. So the rubric will provide the guide. The rubric will provide the mark. This criteria of how many marks, this criteria how many marks. So these are the rubric provide a very useful guide for the students. So that from there they can do the assignment and they can refer. Then you don't need to explain so much, because from the rubric is actually self-explanatory. So it's good that you have to prepare the rubric. Because for our OBE curriculum, outcome-based education, you must have a rubric. And then set expectation for response time. When the student asks a question, don't wait for 3 or 4 days only to reply the student. Feedback must be immediate. But of course, sometimes don't give too long. Students, they are our students. We need to take care of them. If they ask you something, don't wait for 1 week, 2 weeks only reply. They say, I'm very busy. What? No. Dear students, you need to take care. Because this is they are the baby. These students are the baby. You need to take care of them. And share resources. Got any resources, got notes, got lecture notes, got any nice article that you want to share with the students, please share with them. Put in the learning management system. Like us, we put all in the learning management system. But nowadays, people want to put in a WhatsApp, put in a Telegram. It's up to you. Put in the group. No issue. Okay, number 5, establish a sense of comfort and develop community of learning. You need to be, when you teach, you need to demonstrate the enthusiasm in teaching. Don't look like people who just only wake up from the sleep, or people who just just gamble and lose in the gamble. then this is very bad. You need to project your image. As a lecturer, you need to project your image. Your personality, you need to take care. So it's why you're wearing your uniform. You must wear a proper attire. Don't wear like people from the kampung there catching fish, everything. Then the student, how they want to respect you. So wear proper attire before you conduct the online teaching. Don't show that you are wearing so bad. So proper attire. You are a lecturer. You are the teachers. So humanize yourself. Be human. So humanize yourself by posting welcome video. When you go into the Zoom, you always say, welcome student, how are you? How is the day? What are you eating today? How is your breakfast? So this humanize yourself, be greeting to them, social. This is a social interaction. So you need to be friendly. We of course, we are not to ask you to be so friendly until the student can come and approach you without any courtesy. Then cannot. You need to maintain a gap also. Incorporate the instant messages and web camera. Make sure that your online teaching, you are able to use a camera. Don't tell me that, hey, I don't have a camera. My video today, my computer, I don't have a camera. So how the student, when you teach, you must show your camera. So this is important. When you do the recording, you must show the face. Ask question. Try to ask a student question, prod them so that they can answer you. Don't give them answer right now. Don't give them an answer there and there. Let them think first. Let them think. Then only we try to prod them and let them answer. Respond to community as a whole. When you try to respond to the student, one student, don't go and direct to one student. You must respond to every student. You must treat everyone the same. Everyone must be the same. You must treat them equally. There's no bias. There's no injustice. Okay, we move on, I think. Okay, we move on to the next one. Promote reflection and communication through quality and synchronized discussion. Maybe some of you don't understand what we mean by asynchronous. Asynchronous discussion means sometimes when you ask a student after the class, you ask them to go and read back the notes. If any problem, you come back to me. If any issues, any question, you can ask me. But not on the time, not on the real time, but maybe after the class, then they can send a message to you, they will discuss. This is called asynchronous. But during the real life, the real life one, we call synchronous. Synchronous means live, on live. On the same time, you speak to you on the same time, it's called synchronous. And synchronous at different time. They send to you, maybe after 1 hour, you will reply. We call asynchronous. Okay, we want to promote so the student can able to reflect whether anything they are winner, anything they don't know, they want to ask you. Because sometimes students you ask them they don't want to answer one. Understand or not? They keep quiet. So we present that silent is okay. But sometimes silent they don't know anything. So we need to ask them to reflect back. These students they are very shy to talk. Because we Asian students are very conservative. They don't want to talk one. They keep quiet and they don't want to show the face. You ask them to show a face also, they don't want to show face. They say, sir, myself tak pakai baju. They will give you. You know, my lecturer got one experience. When asked them so many questions, so why you don't answer? Ask the student, don't answer. After that, this student go to the toilet and flush the toilet. You see, he angry with me, he go to the toilet and flush. You see, flushing the toilet bowl. So these are the things that students sometimes we need to approach them. They are also like our son or daughter. So we need to monitor them participation so that if anything we try to concern them, listen to them. Okay, next one I think is have a good balance of community learning. You know, in our students, there are some students are good students, some are very active, some are very passive. Let them talk among each other. Because if we let the lecturer, we want to monopolize everything, then only one-way communication. So let the student do some group work. Let them do the group work, go and discuss. Maybe you can put in the Zoom break room. Okay, this group, room 1, room 2. You can break the room using the Zoom here. Other platform is the same, you can break the room. So you break the room, okay, I give you 15 minutes, you go and discuss. After come back, we will ask you to present. So after 15 minutes, we come back. Then sometimes you can go inside the room and peek into the room, see whether they do the job or not. So we can also do all these things. We cannot just give lecture, and then be very boring. The student also will sleep. So we have some discussion on this thing. So good balance of community learner, so that make sure that someone be a leader, someone be a follower. Request regular feedback and mindful of misinterpretation. Okay, always ask the student any feedback from them. Because sometimes the student they don't want to talk. Maybe you can ask them. If they don't want to talk, you ask them to put in the chat box, because Zoom are very good. Other program is Google also same. You ask them to put in the chat box. What is the problem? If you don't want to talk, can you put in the chat box? For the chat box itself, we can answer them. And the chat box also can put video. No, you put your video, the link, YouTube. You can put in the chat box there. Let's say you find one video, you put in the chat box and you click in the chat box, the video also can play. So this is also very useful thing. And many people don't know that they can actually using chat box to click the link to the video. So any feedback must be given immediate. Don't wait until a few days only tell student, I forget student. Then the student how to explain. The lecturer is also not responsible. Okay, it's better after the class you can give some quiz. And the quiz also you can use after I show you one of the programs that got the Kahoot. The Kahoot is one of the programs you can put a quiz. There are so many programs actually available. But in AIMS University, you use the Kahoot. You use the Kahoot. I will show you the Kahoot. We are using the Kahoot to give a quiz to the student. Because Kahoot is a game. So they play with the game, other game they give the mark, and then they will clap the hand and they will score. And you will see which student will for the highest mark. They can challenge. They can challenge. Okay, and then regular, this is the last one. Regular check the content, resources, and application. Always remember, sometimes we are teaching the subject, you must give the content to them. You must give the lecture note. I know there are some lecturers who refuse to give lecture note. They say, why should I give to the student? The student must go and find out themselves. We must know our students, they are not the students who are not self-directed. Many of our students are very dependent. They are teacher-centered. They want to depend on us. No, they don't want to go and find out. No. So we have to also cater for this group of people. Unless some of the students like that. But if the lecture note, they say it's a right to have a lecture note. So because our PowerPoint we can give to them, there's no issue. We can give to them. Because this is a copyright for the university. So you can give the content, you can give application. Even application, they want to use application, you will introduce them. Like myself, I'm teaching biostatistics. I give them the application, the link. They can go to the link, they can download the application. So you can download the application, like an example, the formula to calculate the sample size. Give the formula, they go there, they click, they can download the apps. So there are so many apps available actually in the website, a lot of apps. So you teach them. If they sometimes they go to this, they cannot click. Example, you put your content into the Google Drive. When you click, they cannot. You know why not? Because you put in the security password, they cannot download. I also come across when a student send an assignment to me, the assignment are so big, but he put a password. I go and click, I cannot open. He asked for password. And then tell the student, you send a security password to me. How can I open my assignment? So later on, he disabled the security password, then I can open. Okay. Okay. This is a recording. Okay, we have completed all the strategy, and the recording we must do it. There is a recording here. We just click here, recording. So there are two types of recording: recording to the computer and recording to the cloud. So always remember to put into the computer, because if you put in the cloud, everyone can see. You know, everyone can see your teaching in the cloud. Because in the university it's all sharing, no, so they can see what you are teaching. If you are coding student, also people know. So you better put in the computer. All right. Another thing, don't stream them. When you record, don't stream them. Huh? If a student are unwell, are struggling with internet access, then they will miss the record. They'll miss your lesson. Then you have to send the recording. I think you send to everyone, so that whoever want to listen, they can listen. They can hear. So that at least they can keep it. And next time they don't understand, they can actually just on the video, and they can you explain to, because you explain so that they can easy to understand. And I think this is quite useful. Show your face. When you are teaching, you must show your face. You must show your face. Don't go and hide your face. Your face is important. You must show that you are talking. YouTube. You can also make YouTube. You can make YouTube, the link with the YouTube. YouTube are very easy to do. You can make a YouTube. Even using your handphone also can make YouTube. There are so many programs in your handphone. You can do procedure, especially procedure. We do a lot of procedure, especially my physiotherapy, nursing procedure. We do a lot using the YouTube. And we can actually put inside the link there. And you can also transfer, you can also put into the QR code. You can convert to the QR code and just click the QR code, and you can have it. Okay, assessment. Assessment in my university, we're using the LMS, AIMS, the learning management system. In UNIMAS, they use ELAC. I think the different universities using different type of system. We can use Google Form, you can use Google Classroom, you can use Microsoft Teams. No issue, you can use. All this one can be used for assessment. Of course, the LMS also, like us, LMS, you got the special features, because you can do, you can actually check, put a safe examination browser. The students sitting for exam, they cannot go and browse other places already. No, if not, they can go and copy. You know, so you want to prevent all this copy. Now this is an MS used by AIMS. Look like not so colorful, but you can see here all the topic that we put here, and the students can sit for the exam. Once the exam finish, they submit, and you can see the result here, especially MCQ. MEQ, of course, you need to correct online. You can correct online. You can correct online. So, but you have to set all the settings first. So all the MCQ you calculate for you, because you need to reshuffle the question. So you don't worry, the student will go and copy with the other friend, because the question all jumble up. Because you put the reshuffle. Reshuffle, you jumble up, so the one become the last, or all the number all jumble up. So this is a learning management system that we have in the AIMS. And of course, you can record screen using the PowerPoint, using Bandicam also can. Bandicam is a software that you can download. Bandicam and the PowerPoint, record the screen. For especially you want to record your presentation to the international conference, you can use a PowerPoint to record the screen. And the Google Form, of course, can also do a test. And we have used the Google Form to do a midterm test or assessment, formative assessment, or just using the Google Form. No issue, very easy, very handy, and it can give you the result. All the analysis is there. Attendance, of course, can also. Google Form also can get the attendance. And then, of course, this is some of the software. There are one software called the Handbrake. Handbrake is to reduce the file size, because sometimes the size is too big. You can use a Handbrake to reduce the file size, because some files too big, no? You want to send to a student too big. Paint, you want to do a modification to your photo, you can use a paint software. And then online software, so many so you can download from the YouTube, from video, of course you want to download from the YouTube video also, you can download. You can use in the software to download. Facebook also can. And then the URL, the short link, QR code. QR code, of course, I know most of you know how to create the QR code. You can use a QR code, the website, or you can use a QR monkey. They call QR monkey. You got Survey Monkey, QR monkey also got. PowerPoint. You can see here. You can download all the free. This is a free software we use called the FireHippo. FireHippo, a lot of things that you can go to this website, FireHippo, and you can get a lot of software, the freeware that you can do. So many things you can use the software. And the handbrake is to video too big, the video, you can reduce the size. They call the handbrake. And the QR code, but I most prefer this one, QR code monkey, very useful. And you can even put your logo inside here. So I have been using the QR code monkey, very useful QR code monkey. You can use a QR code generator also. So many websites you can use. You can even download from your Android handphone. Okay, if you want a URL to be short, you can use tiny.cc. Tiny.cc is to make sure that your link is short. Because your link too long, sometimes it's very difficult for people who just manually type. It's very problem. So you can use the short URL. URL is a uniform resource locator, right? You can use a video to edit video software to edit your video. With your phone or computer, there's a KineMask and Taxi. So these are the two programs you can actually download to edit your video. Of course, this another one is Filmola. Filmola, one thing, the space occupied the space a lot. It's also quite a useful one, Filmola. I think Filmola is quite famous. And the quiz, you can also use the quiz as you Kahoot. I say Kahoot, you can use a Kahoot to do a quiz because this is game. And you can put an MCQ there and the student can answer. They're very happy. So we used to use the Kahoot, they call Kahoot. You go to the Kahoot, please register. If not yet registered, please register. And as a teacher, you can use. It's very useful. Teaching method, as you know that we are adult, we are practicing the andragogy. Andragogy is an adult learner. Students already enter into university. We don't treat them as children because the pedagogy is a school children, okay, primary school children, secondary school. We have to teach them teacher center. We say one, they listen. We say anything, they will listen. They won't go and try to challenge you, correct or not? What you say, they will follow. They are more pedagogy. But for the university level, we should be practicing all this andragogy. That's why you can see the teaching method also change. You see from here is offline, all the lecture, tutorial, assignment, all face to face. Now we are coming to online here, and we are more on the student center, learner center. You are using the flipped classroom, the case teaching, mentoring, debate on the online. We are doing online now. Everyone is very good in conducting the webinar. Every now and then, you see, plot results are very good already now. Can use a webinar. Last time we never think of all these concepts. Now it's become very handy to us. Okay, what we want before we conclude is 21st century teaching. 21st century teaching is ubiquitous. Everyone can have it. Everyone, anytime, any place, anywhere. As long as your internet connection okay. For some time, you must careful about time zone now. When we try to do a time zone, the webinar and our friends. Last time we have a one webinar. My friends in UK is 2 a.m. We have to wake up at 2 a.m. No, and then I think he must be cursing me. 2 a.m. we have to wake up 2 a.m. and listen to our webinar because we put our time is a difference to time zone, so it's not so convenient sometimes because of the time zone. But what can we do? So this is the thing, no? You see, different time asynchronous, what I said just now, and synchronized one is the same time. So we want to have an online teaching, online education. This is what our principle of now our philosophy, especially during the pandemic, our educational, we have to focus more on the virtual learning, online teaching, online learning. As my final thought, as a teacher, we want to make sure that our students have what our teaching, our input have an impact on our student and our community, because our student is our future leaders, educating future leaders. So they are the ones who are going to be a member of the community, member of the society, and also member of the world. The civilized, this must be the citizen of the world. So we need, as a teacher, we need to update our content. We want to teach, make sure that the content must be updated. Don't go and teach the old. You teach the yesterday thing, the student will laugh at you. things they already gone absolute. Must teach the update. If you are not good in the knowledge, teach to someone who are actually got the update knowledge, especially clinical area. Like myself, I was in cardiology for 10 years, but somebody asked me to teach. Dr. Yu, can you come and teach the pacemaker? I told him 10 years, 20 years, I never touched the pacemaker. Last time I was in cardio 10 years. But so long I never touched cardio. You asked me to teach the pacemaker. Maybe there is some new changes. I said better ask a cardiologist, current cardiologist to teach. We have to be frank. We have to be frank to people. Your knowledge is not up to you. Don't teach. Let someone who has got current knowledge. Okay, increase student communication. We need to communicate with students. Students are like our children. They are our children. They need our guidance. Enhance collaborative learning. Always work in teamwork. We got our colleague. We need to work in team. Like my yesterday, I got these lectures. You know, yesterday Miss Wee told me, Miss Wee, Dr. Yu, I can give you one slide, very nice one. It's also related to online. I say, thanks. This is for teamwork. We must have a collaborative learning. We must sharing. Sharing is good. Sharing is we are helping people. You are actually enriching the knowledge of people and also enriching yourself. Expand informative assessment. When you try to assess student what you teach. What you teach. You can assess student that you are not yet teach. Nice to know, but not necessarily you know. But you must tell them that this is nice to know. In your learning outcome, all the learning outcome you must know. They are must know, nice to know. So imagine an innovative medium. You try to improve your environment, especially your tools you use, software you use. You try to improve that. Be innovative. Because we are living in this world, you need to be creative, especially in teaching. If you are not creative, the student will feel very bored. So we want to support student learning so that whenever we try to improve our teaching method, then of course the student also like it, and they will easily be absorbed, assimilated what we have, our input. So this is what we want. So students will remember what you say until now. When they get graduated, you also remember. This is what last time what he said. They still can remember. Of course, when doing teaching, try to mix some humor, put some humor there. Because humor will actually captivate, able to engage the student, able to capture, give them the important point for them to capture. So when you put some humor, they will feel very fun. Learning is fun. Okay, in conclusion, online teaching, you need proper planning. Curriculum content need to be covered. Learning outcome need to be achieved. Learning, and for nursing student and nursing educator, you must equip some technology knowledge. I'm not asking you to be an expert in the ICT, but at least you must know the basic knowledge so that you are able to embrace the online education. This is an alternative mode. This is a very innovative mode. Because just now I show you all this software. They are very useful. Actually, it's very handy. You can just click in your fingertip from the website. So educator must understand the barriers and facilitators that may influence the student, the success and implementation of online teaching. Because online teaching, just now I show you the slide, the student want to sit for exam, have to climb up to the coconut tree, no, the rambutan tree. You want to sit for the exam because they don't have a proper connection, and you are blaming this student. Why you never come into the exam? You must know you stay in a kampong. You don't have the data. The data is cannot access the data. You're using a mobile phone to access. No, how much the mobile phone data? So you must understand the student barriers. Students, some of them they cannot. They're living in a geographical separation, the area that is very far from the access of the internet. Education provider, of course, our university management must actually show their commitment to support our online teaching, must providing the resources and the facilities. If they don't provide facility and resources, how can we embark on the online teaching? We don't have facility, how to do it? You want us to go and invest ourselves? We can buy the Zoom, but this university is supposed to provide all this for the student and also for the lecturers. So healthcare provider, education provider must also invest some money in the ICT infrastructure. And the last thing, educator, teachers must engage the learner. When you teaching plus try to engage them. Don't let them fall asleep. If they fall asleep, it's a failure of the teaching. Ensure that the course learning objective is being achieved, and also, of course, you must give regular support. Give regular support feedback. Try to interact with the student, so that sometimes the student they don't understand what you say, because when you're teaching in online, sometimes maybe the voice, the sound is not good, so they cannot get, no. So make sure that get back to the student, maybe they don't understand, or you have to give them the recording video. So this is important. I think at the end of the day, student is our client. We lecturers, we have to do our job. This is our duty. We are duty bound to serve our university, our organization. If not, you are not doing the job, somebody will be replace you. Then you will be when the time you won't be neglected. You won't be neglected. We are not doing the job. So as a healthcare educator, as a nursing educator, this is our duty. Not only to teach the student, but also to provide guide, support them. So the student need our support. I think I have finished. Terima kasih. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Wow. Very thoughtful. Okay. Very thoughtful presentation today. It's good. Very good.
I will send the video. I will send the PowerPoint to you.
Yeah. Because many participants request this. Okay, Prof. Yu, before we will to question answer, you want to repeat what the new program, or you mean course, short course?
Yeah.
You can repeat.
I want to show you the program. I show you now.
Please, you inform me before Mr. Miss Dewi, we will to arrange or discuss for question answer. But we will to look your special offer is the new program. Of course, please.
Okay.
Ibu, kita lihat satu program offer. Okay, please.
Ibu boleh university ini I think you have been there before. This is the area view.
Yeah.
Take from the helicopter area view of the AIMS University, surrounded by the Gunung Jerai. You know this is a Gunung Jerai.
No, okay, please you show. Ibu, beliau ini kampusnya AIMS dan beliau ingin menginformasikan informasi kemasukan student baru. Mungkin bisa diinformasikan pada teman-teman atau saudara dan lain-lain. Please, Prof. Yu, jadi kuliah di Kedah itu sebenarnya murah sekali dibanding kuliah di Indonesia sebahagiannya. Dan apalagi kalau di Singapura, di Kuala Lumpur, Selangor lebih murah di Kedah, di Malaysia bagian utara. Please, Mr. Yu.
Oke. Ya, betul.
Bu, beliau ingin menginformasikan dulu.
Oke.
Sila, Prof. Yu. Please.
Oke, saya bagi information secara ringkas. Okay, AIMS University is stand for Asian Institute of Medicine, Science and Technology University. So this university was founded in 15 March 2001. This is a private university established by the MIED, Maju Institute of Educational Development. So the university started in 2002. They registered in 2002, registered with the Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia. So the campus situated in the Smerling town. Town called Smerling, occupy about of the land, 230 acres, at the foothill of Gunung Jerai. That's why I show you the Gunung Jerai. So this university is a brainchild of the Yang Berbahagia Tun Datuk Seri Utama Dr. S. Samibalu. He is a chancellor and chairman of AIMS University.
Dia former minister of worker ya.
He is a former ministry of
public work
and utility. Yeah. So he is a former minister. Okay, this is our campus, and you can see this is our faculty. My faculty is here. Faculties. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 faculty. Faculty of Business, Faculty of Dentistry, Faculty of Pharmacy, Faculty of Medicine, Faculty of Applied Science, Biotech, Biotech and Bioinformatics program. School of General and Foundation Studies, students who want to come and do the foundation 1 year, then they can go into the degree. So this is a feeder program. Feeder means about 1 tahun foundation, then they can go into the degree program. After the SPM result, they come and do the foundation 1 year. And then the Faculty of Allied Health is my faculty lah. My faculty is the youngest faculty, yang paling muda sekali. Tapi saya tak muda lah. Okay, Faculty of Engineering and Computer Technology. Nah, ini engineering faculty. Okay, this one our local international body punya our partner lah. Accreditation lah. Accreditation punya bodies lah. We got MQA, got so many lah. Nursing board also got here. Nursing board.
Ada Mara.
Mara scholarship also got. So we got all this one lah.
Jadi kemasukannya bila?
Kemasukan untuk bachelor nursing is bulan 10. Untuk physio bulan 10.
Okay.
Bulan 10 juga. Semua bulan 10. Ini semua partners lah. We just signed one MOU with this university, Tzu Chi University of Taiwan. Tzu Chi University ada dua, satu Tzu Chi University, satu Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology. Dia apa yang buat nursingnya, ya OSCE, dia use the student use the mother or sibling to become a model, and then they buat procedure because they got very good video.
Okay.
The university are very good place. Remember. Okay, this is a pathway in AIMS University. Pathway do a foundation year, 1 year after SPM. Macam university mungkin Indonesia dia lepas O level equivalent to university punya ni sekolah menengah dekat Indonesia. They can come to do foundation 1 year here, 1 year ni, 1 year ni. Then they can
diploma. Mana POU-nya? Kemana orangnya? Prof Yu kemana?
Prof Yu.
Gambarnya ada, orangnya sudah pergi ke toilet.
Oke, Pak Reza.
Ya.
Nanti kasih teman-teman bicara.
Iya memang, ibu yang atur sekarang, yang ibu yang kenal teman-teman, ibu yang jadi co-moderator, saya melihat dan mendengar saja. Ya, selepas itu Ibu Silviana dari tadi angkat tangan mau tanya, apa kabar Ibu Silvi?
Baik, thank you Prof. Associate Prof. Reza.
Sudah lama tak berjumpa setelah wisuda itu hari, saya nggak pernah datang lagi, nggak pernah jumpa lagi.
Oke, Bu Silvi dulu.
Ya, tapi Prof Yu sudah balik ke belum?
Profnya menghilang.
Tunggu dulu sambil dia ke toilet mungkin. Siap. Jadi
ini hujan nih, Pak Riza, hujan
hujan besar. Oke, Prof Yu, mereka nak tanya-tanya ini Kak Yu, mungkin Yu boleh dengar.
Oke, may I talk first?
Yes, please.
Alostar hujan.
Alostar hujan besar. Okay. Now, Miss Devi will to arrange the question answer, Miss Devi. Yeah, please.
Okay.
Mr. Yu.
Thank you very much for your explanation. It's very grateful and interesting. So first, maybe I would like to explain that your institution may be younger than my institution, but your institution getting a lot of progress. It's very, very bigger progress. So how to do that? This is first question. The second question, your explanation that's a model of the study in COVID era, like you explained first, and in the theory, we can use a lot of system. Which one is the best system to use in to implement it in theory? And then the second one, for the clinical practicing student, how can to reach as well as a target in curriculum? And
thank you, Pandavi. I think your first question is that our university. I say our university is the matured university. It's more than 20 years.
Slow. Mr. Prof. Could you please slow?
Mr. Yu, dia nak you cakap jangan cepat-cepatkan.
Okay. Semua hujan. Okay.
No problem.
Saya cakap pelan-pelan dalam bahasa.
Too fast.
Okay.
A long part is maybe your voice maybe will dubbing until I am here. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
because here raining, no, very heavy. Okay, I think thank you for Pandavi's questions. The first question: how my university can achieve the level?
Prof. You. Excuse me. We will to listen the second question, Prof. Miss Silvina, the best friend of Miss Dewi. Ibu Silvina, boleh tanya dulu lah, biar dua orang boleh jawab satu.
Okay.
Okay, boleh.
Thank you, Associate Prof. Reza.
Thank you.
Okay. The Honorable Prof. Yu, I want to ask a question, just one maybe, yeah. As we know, our student finally this learning process, yeah. They should, of course, achieve some competency like knowledge, skill, and attitude maybe. Now in pandemic area, COVID-19, I say, yeah. As you say, learning more doing by online teaching. So how can we achieve in attitude? I mean, how can we achieve in attitude competence? Like especially maybe nurse related how to face atau apa related to overcome the patient. I mean, sorry, okay. my question maybe you can.
Okay. I try to answer.
Prof. You. I mean the once more for me for collaboration. Jadi bagaimana nak buat collaboration student nursing dari Jakarta boleh attachment dekat IAIM and then the IAIM student can to attachment in Jakarta too. You include question, please. 3 question for you.
Thanks, student.
Okay.
Ya, sila.
Okay.
Soalan sila. Jadi yang ketiga tu bagaimana boleh berdua attachment. Okay, please. Okay, please. Please, Mr. Yu. Boleh. Can.
Okay. The first question that how the AIMS can achieve this level. Actually, to me, I can admit that our university is already 20 years old. It's a matured university, so we have tried our best to want to achieve the even go to the QS ranking. So they are still in the process of doing the QS ranking. I cannot say that we are good in all the things we got a lot of room for improvement. We try to especially international students. We don't have many international students. On the side, we still have a room for improvement. But on the aspect of a curriculum, most of our curriculum has been based on the outcome-based education curriculum. And this is in compliance to the Malaysian Qualification Agency. So we try our best to comply to make sure that our students that coming to follow our course, they have achieved the quality. So we want our students to come out, they can get the job. This is the most important mission for us. We don't want the student to come out, they cannot get job. To get a job for nursing and physiotherapy, there's no issue of getting job because we are highly demand. And our nursing student also is being recognized by Singapore. So after they finish, they will go to Singapore. Or some are work in a private in a hospital here. Some are enter into the government. So I think this is an effort for the management and all the lecturers. Our lecturer here is all very committed. He's very committed. The only thing that because of the pandemic, university also run into financial problem because the student number drop. I think maybe you all the same. The student number drop or not? Student number berkurang kan? So that's why the income also became less. So this is a this is a financial constraint. But no matter how university have tried the best to achieve what they want to achieve. But for us as a lecturer or as an administrator, we have to help the university. We serve this university, they have to be loyal to this university. Okay, the other thing, the second question is that Puan Devi asked me, and Puan Devi and this another one said the clinical placement. Okay, for our students who are doing the diploma or bachelor, there are theory component and practical component. Practical component have to be, students have to do a placement in a hospital. Theory, they just only sit for the theory paper and just, they don't have a theory paper, they just they can go online. Theory paper, we can put it online, but there are some people who got the practical component like OSCE. So we cannot compromise the student have to come face to face and do the OSCE. But we still have to maintain the SOP, standard operating procedure, maintain the social distancing. But now because of the lockdown, now they don't allow students to come face to face yet. So until the lockdown completed on the 9th, I think this month, then maybe they will allow students to come and can do the OSCE. OSCE, there's no compromise because Malaysian nursing board, they don't compromise on the placement. Like you say that maybe the student go online, how to judge the attitude component. Attitude component very difficult to judge online. Even the skill, what a Taiwan nursing school they do on the virtual, on the skill, they perform on the skill. But they give all the marks, everything, they say can. But for us, we don't have a facility, they don't have the resources, then very difficult to do this online or OSCE. But we cannot, because nursing board not allow us to do it. We need to do face-to-face. So, but nursing board allows some leeway. They say that you can come for the OSCE for 2 weeks, then you can substitute for the 2 weeks in the hospital for the medical posting and surgical posting. They want to allow 2 weeks. And the final year student, they allow the subtraction of 2 weeks. They say they got 12 weeks, they give 10 weeks. You don't need to go to 12 weeks, they give subtraction. They call minus 2. Minus 2 means minus 2 weeks. Last time they give to the final year student. They allow. This is some leeway they give to the final year student. So these are the things they do, but our nursing board are very tough. They don't allow the clinical placement to be replaced with the simulation ward. They only allow 2 weeks only. But now because I told you that I have put in my slide there, and the final year student who want to go for posting in the Pusat Pemberian Vaccine, they give the vaccine, the center, the student can serve as a volunteer and work there for 2 weeks, then they can be placed for the 2 weeks community posting. They don't need to go for community posting, they go for this vaccine center, because we got so many vaccine centers in Malaysia has to go out. So the student can serve in any state one. So we allow them to go there, and we have to record them in the logbook, say that they have go for the 2 weeks, and then they can exempted for the 2 weeks posting in community. So this is what even the ICN, International Council of Nursing, have reported. They say one country has posted a nursing student as a volunteer. Actually, it's Malaysia. It's none other than it's Malaysia. They are very innovative. They put like that. But we also worried when the case a lot, we scared the student also can get COVID because there's a cluster. We scared the cluster is there. So we need to take care of the student safety also. Because before we post the student to the clinical area, we want to ensure the safety of the student. The student have to sign a consent form by the parent, allow the student to go for posting. Because we don't want if the student got contracted the COVID-19, then the parent can bring university, say that how come you ask my student, my daughter or son to go to a hospital and then got COVID-19. Then they can put a blame on the university. So university have to take a lot of precaution. They have to sign the consent form. If they don't sign consent form, then they cannot go. This is undertaking later. No, because with lecturer, we want the student to complete the posting so that they can graduate on time. So this is the issue. So am I answering the question?
Yeah, Bu Dewi.
Okay, the other one is a cooperation, is it? Between the M University and the Jakarta, the Nursing Association. We can do the exchange of student post placement. When the pandemic over, we want to do a posting exchange, student exchange. They call elective posting. We can post a student 2 weeks in the hospital there, and the student also can come here and post in our designated hospital. We got the designated hospital, the government hospital, as well as private hospital. So the student also can come here and post about 1 or 2 weeks time. Because we got the MOU with the private hospital. And the government hospital Sultanah Bahia, the Pengarah are very, very willing to allow the student to go. He say is a nursing student, no, it's no problem. So we can do the exchange once the pandemic is over. We hope and pray hard that the situation will be improved and we can return to normal. But I don't know how when. Thank you. Am I explained very clear or?
Yeah, Bu Dewi, please continue or want to question more.
Okay, thank you for your explanation. So you have already explained all. Maybe I would like to ask, how about the exchange lecture? You have already explained about exchange a student. If exchange a lecture or student, how is the cost of that? 2 weeks.
We also.
How much we have to pay every person?
Okay, if exchange of a student, if we got an MOU, MOU, so we have to follow what the MOU say. They say we send to your place and you take care of a student. If we want a student to pay a little amount, also we can pay. Our student will pay. Like it's the same. It's the same. Same thing that we send our student to India.
Okay.
We send our student to India. Our student also pay. If they come over here, and the food actually they also pay a little bit amount. So same lah. It must be the same lah. So if they are not pro result,
yeah,
the very amount of money.
Let me
not to pay so much money. But for lecturer, maybe when the lecturer go there, maybe.
Yeah, lecturer student available the activity and MOU. Yeah, but I don't know the cost how much
Bu
cost?
Dewi, about cost,
Director,
we will, Bu Dewi, about cost, we will to discuss different, I mean, movement. It is for the question, the
So
presenter.
I mean, is there a discount of that because we made
No problem, no problem. Diskon, no problem. Boleh diaturkan. No. Sekarang the question of Mr. Yu presentation, ada another participant will be to ask, please. Ada mau tanya lagi apa yang Prof Yu sampaikan tadi? Mungkin ada dari kakper yang lain, Ibu atau Bapak, silakan. Kesempatan ini berjumpa Prof Yu. Dari Auri mungkin Pak Asikin tadi, kemudian dari Yaspen, Ibu Lastri, atau saya pakai bahasa Indonesia, enggak apa-apa, Prof Yu boleh paham. Nanti saya boleh translate. Silakan. Silakan Ibu Bapak yang mau bertanya lagi atau ingin memberikan satu informasi. Misalnya, bisa nggak anak student dari Ibu atau Bapak nanti magang, saling bertukar magang lah di Kedah dan di Jakarta. Silakan Bapak Ibu tanyakan hal yang sama. Silakan Bapak Ibu, siapa yang unjuk jari, kasih tahu Bu Dewi dah.
Plus,
Dewi yang kenal.
Ya, Bu Lastri atau Bu... Ya, Bu Lastri dulu deh, kalau nggak Bu ini. Bu Ros ada nggak?
Ibu-ibu, mana Yu? Ibu Ros, Ibu Lastri, Pak Sikin, Pak Agus tadi.
Saya coba
Bu Dewi.
Ya, silakan.
Ya, mungkin seperti yang saya sudah sampaikan di chat ya. Saya ingin mendapatkan gambaran ya, bagaimana implementasi praktek khususnya di sana ya di MST University ya tentang pelaksanaan praktek, karena ini kendala yang kita rasakan saat ini mungkin di sini. Kalau untuk pembelajaran sejarah teori mungkin bisa berjalan lah selama ini dengan baik gitu ya. Nah, kendala-kendala yang kita rasakan itu adalah praktek khususnya mungkin di rumah sakit dan di komunitas. Jadi saya ingin mendapatkan gambaran seperti apa strategi pelaksanaan di sana. Gitu. Mungkin itu saja, Bu.
Okay, Prof Yu, do you understand what is the meaning?
Prof Yu, dia you copy enggak? Dia bertanya bagaimana dekat AIM student nursing itu membuat industrial attachment di luar kampusnya. Apa yang dibuat dekat sana? Macam mana?
Okay.
Di rumah sakit maupun di luar.
Okay, I saw in the chat box tadi.
Prof Yu, sorry, Prof Yu, you punya PPT ni kalau tak diguna, you boleh slow down dulu lah, tutup dulu lah, close dulu you punya.
Stop screen.
Nanti you can show more.
Dia efek suara.
Okay. Never mind. Before this event is closed, you can to remind about that.
Okay.
Tapi kalau
my answer, I respond to the Puan Astri answer. Okay. In EMSA, we post our students in government hospital. But because of the lockdown and government hospital also a lot of COVID cases. So they have shut down. They have prevent our students from entering into the hospital for posting. So as a strategy, we cannot depend only on government hospital. We need to go and have an MOE with private hospital. That's why our student now, because government hospital all closed. And private hospital, they don't have COVID. They don't take the COVID patient. They only treating the normal patient. So we post our student in the private hospital. There are few in private hospital in our region. Like example, Putra Medical Center, Bagan Specialist Center, and then the Island Hospital, Glen Eagle Specialist Center. All these private hospitals. So at the same, these are the private hospitals who help us for the student posting. If not, we will suffer because we want to wait for government hospital. Then our students will start. So many batches will start, and then they cannot go for posting. What about Indonesia? Are you posting your student in government hospital or in private hospital? This is how we implement our. But because private hospital not many, so we have to, the student have to queue. Finish the batch, another batch come in. But when the government hospital open up, then we will send our student back to the government hospital. But until now, the government hospital has suspended all the posting. What about Indonesia? What about your student? Is it posted in government hospital or private hospital?
Yeah, both of that, government or private hospital.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to repeat your answer that you practicing your student in private hospital, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there the restriction time to practicing that? I mean, if regularly 4 weeks, maybe only 2 weeks, and then every day, maybe in time or restriction time, normally 8 hours, maybe in Malaysia, it's the same 8 hours or only half of the regular time.
Okay, our shift here is 7 to last time previously last year we have changed our schedule to working 5 days a week. But before there is 6 days a week. Now become 5 days a week. But the shift duty has been extended from 7 to 3. Extra 1 hour. Instead of 7 hours, become 8 hours.
7 hours.
Become 8 hours. Because they only work 5 days a week. 5 hari seminggu. Bagaimana Indonesia? Berapa hari seminggu?
Okay. In my country, and especially in Padmawati Hospital, if allowed to practicing restriction time, I mean the regularly in 4 weeks, so we can allow it only 2 weeks. Every day only 4 hours a day. Like that. This is a policy of government. This is policy of education of minister.
This is a policy. Our no, we can work until 8 hours.
Yeah, this is the policy.
Because the private hospital is a non-COVID hospital. Non-COVID means no COVID. Non-COVID hospital. But the COVID hospital also allow us to go, but only working in the non-COVID ward. Non-COVID ward. The ward they do the COVID cases. The COVID cases one, the student cannot work there.
So all the students must be tested first before enter to the hospital.
They must get the vaccination first. They must take a test, RTK and PCR test. They do a PCR test. Then after that, they must make sure that they have complete 2 doses of vaccine. Only allowed to go. But you see, the student go there, hospital will give them immediately. First day they go, second day they will give vaccine already.
How about if one of the students getting infection or spread from the COVID-19? Let's get the hospital responsible about the student.
Okay, because I told you that if there is a case in hospital, example, then the student work there. There is a case before, but the case came into the hospital. There's a case example. The patient come to the ward is negative. The patient want to go for operation. So before operation, they go and do the RTK test. RTK test suspicious, they do the PCR. PCR positive. So became positive. So the student have actually served the patient before. So my student had to go for quarantine and have to check the PCR. That done by hospital, all free one. So you check for PCR negative. So they go for quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So the hospital will take care.
After finish the practicing, getting test too, or again repeat the test?
So they will repeat the test again, negative, then they can go back and work again. Yeah.
Okay.
Because hospital have to responsible for that. That's why they don't allow the student to go in when there is a case. But sometimes the patient come in, is negative. He go for surgery and then become positive.
Yeah,
the patient is a carrier.
maybe getting spread of corona. So positive PCR, the hospital must be responsible, right?
Yeah, the hospital will do everything.
Okay, thank you very much. Oke, Bu Lastri, halo.
Ya, baik Bu. Ya, terima kasih. Thank you, Prof. Yu, for your explanation.
Jadi dia mempraktikkan di rumah sakit swastanya.
Ya.
Tapi non-COVID.
Ya, sama seperti di kita mungkin ya. Mahasiswa praktek, tapi mereka praktek di ruang non-COVID gitu ya.
Ya, tapi dia khusus di rumah sakit swastanya. Kalau pemerintahnya masih
pemerintahnya enggak ya.
Gitu. Ya.
Bu, Ibu tanya, Prof. Yu, adakah semacam satu short courses ataupun special courses to upgrade of nursing lecturers in
kita panggil CPD course, Continue Professional Development Course.
Boleh informasikan itu kepada Ibu Dewi dan kawan-kawan. Mungkin mereka berminat secara online ke macam mana?
Nanti ada webinar kita akan bagi. Sebab selalu setiap bulan kita ada webinar. So kita boleh share itu webinar dengan ibu semua. So boleh masuk dengar.
Okey. Prof. Yu, Pak Ikin, mungkin Bapak mau tanya Kak, di AIM itu adakah mahasiswanya, alumninya mendapatkan satu tambahan kompetensi yang bersifat mungkin top up atau apa mungkin, atau pengalaman di AU seperti apa Pak? Karena mereka ini sangat tidak tahu apa yang ada kelebihan di kita, padahal ketika dulu saya membawa Faculty of Health Sciences ke Politeknik Poltekkes Bandung, mereka kaget rupanya yang dibuat di Bandung tuh jauh dah lebih daripada yang mereka buat. Tapi selama ini tidak ada. Mungkin di TNI AU boleh Bapak sampaikan. Mr. Yu, kita kena dengar dari nursing college dari Army Air Force nih, macam mana Pak Askin? Boleh Pak?
Terima kasih. Selamat pagi Prof. Thank you for your lecture.
Thank you, sir.
I want to.
Ini Dr. Asikin, dia Army Air Force sudah pergi ke AIM masa itu bersama saya dan Bu Dewi.
Oh iya.
Not doctor. I nurse.
Oh, nursing, sorry.
Nurse.
Ya, dari Hospital of Army Air Force ini, college nursing.
Yeah. My name is Tim Tasikin from Indonesian Air Force Central Hospital. I think some question with other friend about attitude and area practice clinic, but I want to tell about my institusi. I have keunggulan about medicine appreciation and evacuation medik udara. I together with Air Force and practice in Skadron 31 in Halim Perdana Kusuma. I want to ask about my alumni can if magang in AIM, Prof.
Yeah. Yes.
Bisa nggak mahasiswa saya itu magang di tempat
Betul pertanyaan. Jadi Prof Yu, Encik Asikin ni director daripada Nursing College Air Force Hospital of Indonesia dekat Jakarta. Dia mempunyai kelebihannya dalam orang kata dia dalam nursing army lah. Jadi kalau misalnya student you nak belajar yang berkaitan itu, dia welcoming. Lagi satu dia tanya tadi, kalau student dia nak buat industrial attachment atau job training ke apalah nama dekat Kedah, boleh ke bekerjasama nanti you punya student hantar ke sini dan sebagainya?
Boleh.
Boleh Pak. Nanti student mereka ke bapak, student bapak boleh ke mereka. Nanti saya sudah buat dengan UPN masa itu Pak. Jadi UPN veteran itu mereka menyediakan bilik sewa untuk student dari Malaysia datang ke Pondok Labu. Kemudian manakala student Pondok Labu datang ke Selangor disediakan juga. Jadi saling begitu saja Pak. Jadi tidak ada budget khusus karena tempat tinggalnya saling menyediakan makan minum dia sedia sendirilah. Nanti mereka berkawan dan bekerja sama. Gitu Pak Asikin, ada yang Bapak Ikin mau tanya lagi?
Terima kasih Bang Kin, nanti kita diskusi lanjut lah tentang ini.
Oke, Pak Bambang Sucipto, apakah Bapak mau bicara sesuatu? Dari mana nursingnya Bapak perkenalkan supaya Prof Yu tahu juga.
Alright, thank you very much. Just on the sides of teaching, yeah, what I would like to say.
Sorry, but you must introduce yourself first.
Oh yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Well, my name is Bambang Sucipto. I'm from Bina Insan Nursing Academy of Jakarta.
Oh, nursing college.
Yeah. What I would like to ask is about how to teach students for the best practice in teaching of nursing, yeah, especially in this pandemic era, as we know that some students sometimes they say that their link is not possible to follow. Sometimes losing the the link. Yeah, so it is what I would like to say that it is very difficult to convince students or to motivate students to join our classes. So how is the best way to motivate them to at least to join our class, yeah? So the students can follow the class very well. So what is the best way to motivate them?
With the Professor you experience, ya. Oke, Ibu Ani, Ibu Nur Ani Nuraini maupun Pak Khairul Amri, you want to talk something, please? Ibu Ani mau cakap, silakan. Dari mana nursingnya bagi tahu. Silakan unmute Bu. Oke.
Ya. Baik, terima kasih. Saya Ani Nuraini dari Akper Fatwatri.
Sama dengan Ibu Dewi.
Dengan Bu Dewi, ya.
Silakan Ibu.
Udah nunggu dari tadi. Itulah pentingnya bertanya.
Tuh, ini siapa?
Yang lain ya.
Oke, silakan Ibu tadi sudah di unmute lagi ya. Silakan Bu ulang.
Baik. Tadi sudah diwakili, ada beberapa yang
sudah diwakili oleh
dari saya.
Baik,
Sampai sama pertanyaannya.
Baik, karena
nanti
sama
saya coba lagi pertanyaan lainnya.
Baik, kalau dari college lain yang another yang berbeza, Ibu Teti mungkin Yaspen tadi ya, dengan Ibu Lasri sudah mewakili ya. Lain daripada itu, adakah yang belum? Pak Sigit dari mana? Apa Pak Sigit mau bertanya atau ingin menginformasikan tentang kampus Anda pada Prof Yu? Siapa tahu ada yang bisa ditukarkan atau di-collaborationkan. Juga boleh.
Terima kasih Bapak. Saya sama dengan Pak Ikin dari Akper.
Oh iya, TNI ya, sorry, saya maklum udah punya vitamin L nih, pada lupa banyak. Oke, dari Harum, Ibu Ari Susiani. Ibu Ari, you want to talk something? Ibu mau cakap sesuatu, silakan. Ibu mau
cakap Bapak. Terima kasih Pak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Saya Bu Ari dari Akper Harum Pak. Tadi pertanyaannya terkait dengan praktek ya Pak. Di pandemi ini memang di Indonesia ataupun Malaysia memang agak sama ya Pak. Kita pun agak kesulitan untuk masalah praktek. memang di kami juga bermasalah karena kami juga punya rumah sakit swasta, tetapi memang untuk COVID. Jadi tadi saya sudah mendengar jelas di AIMS itu mereka menggunakan tempat prakteknya adalah rumah sakit swasta yang non COVID. Jadi ada penjelasan dan pengalaman selama presentasi dari Prof. Yu ya Pak tadi. Mungkin itu dari saya Pak.
Baik.
Ini terima kasih Pak atas
Makasih.
waktunya. Iya,
Ya,
sama-sama Pak.
memang di Kedah tidak separah di Selangor di Kuala Lumpur, Bu. Jadi dia bisa menggunakan itu. Mungkin ada lagi yang terakhir, siapa yang mau cakap? Kalau ada, tadi sudah Pak Agus Dermawan juga dari AU ya, atau siapa tuh? Ini Ibu Nina dari Haru juga. Wasilah dari mana ya? Ibu
Fatmawati.
Fatmawati juga. Oke. Baik. Prof Yu, dia tanya tadi, mungkin Yu udah paham ke? Kalau belum nanti saya bagi tahu. Kalau paham jawab terus.
Paham. Oke, terima kasih.
Satu lagi Pak Reza, satu lagi.
Siapa tuh?
Saya, Bu Dewi.
Oh. Ibu Dewi bukan satu lagi, 5 lagi. Silakan.
Closing question.
Tak apa-apa. Please, never mind.
Prof Yu. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, your student as voluntary support COVID vaccinator, yeah. So as relawan, so like in my country too. So how to count that time according to the practicing, practicing at the hospital, like that, or that is only just without account and practicing learning for student, like that.
Oke. Karena Ibu Dewi bertanya, saya jadi ingat satu perkara, Prof Yu. Ibu Dewi, kalau boleh, lecturers from AIM itu dan sebaliknya digunakan untuk jadi external examiners. Jadi supaya ada satu international lecturer, kalau ada Ibu, kalau ujian akhir ataupun sidang kalau kita bilang, mungkin boleh satu orang external examiner, Bu. Jadi supaya ada penguji dari luar, tapi bukan untuk memberatkan mahasiswa, tapi untuk mendapat pengalaman baru. Itu saya usulkan. Jadi Prof Yu, if you know the Viva of student lah, itu kalau boleh ada external examiner tuh dari Indonesia dan dari EU punya, jadi tukar-tukar supaya ada new experience untuk lecturer kita yang mau jadi examiner tuh. Itu my show lah, kalau boleh buat. Sila.
This is my question. Bentar Pak Reza. Ini pertanyaan saya, my question. Student as a volunteer vaccinator in your country too, the same with my country. How about in your country, according in practicing at the hospital or practicing in lab using that time? I mean, if your student as a voluntary vaccinator COVID out of your campus, this is you account as the practicing or not?
Oke, Bu Dewi, kalau kita mengundang dosen luar untuk jadi external examiner atau penguji luar, itu perlu kebenaran dari nursing board apa tidak? Itu kampus kita saja kan yang menentukan, nggak perlu harus lapor kepada Nursing Board of Indonesia kan? Karena itu kan cuma satu sebagai external examiner. Jadi nanti Ibu tanyalah, kalau di kami tidak perlu dilaporkan kepada Board of Majors, karena ini kan sesuatu yang sifatnya collaboration by MOU. Jadi nanti Prof Yu jangan jawab lah, sila.
Oke, saya jawab yang tentang tadi saudara tadi. Tadi yang tanya tentang how you motivate the student who are doing the online learning, and because during the pandemic. My answer is that during the pandemic, especially the lockdown, our students cannot come face to face. So some students have stayed in the house, some students have stayed in the hostel. Some students, because they want to go back, because lockdown, they want to go back, they don't want to stay in hostel.
Kampung, kampung. Balik kampung.
Some balik kampung. Kalau balik kampung, then they will stay with the parents. But even they stay in the parent or maybe stay in the hostel, they still online learning. So during the online learning, the lecturer will interact with them, the lecturer. So anything happen, lecturer is the one who played a very important role to motivate the student, because the lecturer must, during the classes, lecturer must call them, sometimes they have to, because sometimes these students, they are what? Sometimes they don't on the video, and then they don't listen, they go and sleep, they go anyway. So the lecturer must try the best to go and find out what is happening. They will call the name, no? Sometimes I see the lecturer call the name. Because some of the students like that, because they become very lazy in the house. But in the hostel one, we have no problem now, because hostel, they are near us, we can see them also. But those who are at home, so we have to call them. We have to talk to them. Sometimes through the WhatsApp group, we form a group, no? And every student who are in a group, we form a group there. They say batch 21, batch 21, everyone there. And then all the lecturers will be inside. Who are teaching there in the group will be inside the group. So through the WhatsApp group, they communicate. Any message we put in the group. So to keep them alert, because if we don't put in the group, so we will tell them, we will call them. Sometimes our lecturer will call them, you know, what is happening to you? How are you? Where? So they will try to answer. If they don't answer, we know that they are sleeping or they. So this is a way to try to. So I think we should maintain a WhatsApp group to make them into the to make them link them together, and often must go and because every group there is a batch coordinator. There is a batch coordinator. They are mak angkat lah, mak angkat. So they will take care of all the welfare of the student. Anything problem, the student got psychological problem, got family problem, they will come and see the mak angkat of the batch coordinator. So anything they go back to the student. If anything they cannot settle, maybe in regards to maybe the family matter or maybe medical problem, then they have to refer to the deputy dean, the head of the school, then only refer to dean to me. Because sometimes they got medical problem, they got psychological problem, then we have to refer to counselor. And for your information, in AMS University, we got the online counseling or online counseling by counselor. Our university counselor will give an online counseling. It is a service. They call counseling and advisory services given to students who are suffer from psychological distress. So they will be online with the counselor. Counselor will talk to her or him. Try to talk to them to solve the problem. If the problem cannot be solved, then we have to refer to psychiatrist. Because in our university we got psychiatrist. So psychiatrist will do the assessment before we send to the hospital for further checkup. But usually students are more the psychological stress. Psychological got the friends where they got the argument. Like that only lah. These are the youngsters with all these problems. So we are given support. Of course, on top of that, we also got mentor-mentee system. Mentor-mentee means there is one lecturer who are given about 6 or 7 students to take care. Any student got any problem, personal problem, they can come and see this mentor. They call mentor-mentee system. And then we have to every month, every semester, there are a few times they have to put into the mentor-mentee book. We will write down the student see me, what is the problem, then we will refer to where counselor, refer to see who, then to solve the problem. Maybe he can solve it, he will solve it. So this is a system we have. Batch coordinator and mentor-mentee.
Okay. Ibu Dewi ada the last ini Bu, closing remark.
The second question is in regards to the vaccination. I heard that you say Indonesia also got nursing student posted in the vaccination center, correct? Am I right? Student posted in the vaccination center in Indonesia?
Yeah.
One Devi?
Yeah. Some of the institution
Your
to be vaccination
how
center.
long you all posted there? How long? How long you all posted there? How long? 2 weeks? 1 week?
More than 2 weeks. Sometimes only 1 week and then continues again other week.
They work how many hours per day?
Until 1 o'clock. 7 hours. Sometimes 7 hours, sometimes 5 hours. Depend on the people come to vaccination. Yeah.
Also, I think the Indonesia also take up with that.
So and your
hours,
I mean you account as the practicing at the hospital or nothing.
Okay, this student posted in your vaccination, is it counted as a posting or just only go for volunteer? Is it counted as a credit point? Counted there, they have go for posting or just go for volunteer service?
This is so I mean how about you? This is a credit point for student or not?
Ours consider credit point.
Oh yeah, okay.
The 2 weeks, the 2 weeks there is consider 1 credit point. That means
yeah. 2 weeks credit point.
Suppose student to be posted in the community clinic. Now he work here in the vaccination center. He consider as they no need to go to the community posting. It's substitute.
Okay, thank you very much.
Credit point. What about you? Are you consider credit point or no? No.
Yeah.
So consider you.
Consider it's the point.
Good. It's the same like our Malaysian Nursing Board.
Baik, Ibu Dewi, ada closing remark sebelum Prof Yu nanti akan closing dengan mereview what the AIM offer 21-22. Sebelumnya Ibu Dewi boleh closing remark 1-2 menit sebelum kita ke Prof Yu. Sila Bu.
Okay, could you please close first the slide because all the student must, all the audience must be show the video. Suruh tutup dulu ininya Pak, slide-nya biar kelihatan.
Ya, Prof Yu boleh tutup slide dulu nanti.
Oke,
ada
tutup.
Kena share. Sambil Prof Yu tutup, Ibu boleh cakap.
Okay, I just want to say 2 words. First, thank you very much for Prof Yu and Prof Reza to organize this event, and Prof Yu have already come to explain a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge to me, to us. It is a very important. I hope for the next we can continue our cooperation with many kind of activity, of course, to be reach our synergy and nursing, yeah. And then I have a plan to send exchange student if possible, if the pandemic already closed, yeah. And then the second one, I would like to say apologize. Maybe our receiver it's not perfect like that because it's only virtual. For the next, I promise to invite you to Indonesia and then continue again our program. Thank you very much. And for all
thank you.
my friend, thank you.
Baik, Ibu Dewi, Prof Yu, you want to review what the special offer we will to, request from the AIM 21-22 ni, sila.
You want me to share the screen or what? No need. No need. Is it?
Ada hal ya, tak boleh dibuang ya.
Pak Reza tolong absensi ya, sama nanti sertifikatnya ditulis materinya.
Sudah ada absennya Bu di chat itu, tinggal di Pak Indah bisa nggak slide-nya Prof Yu di ini diturunkan Pak Indah? You can.
Bentar
Halo?
Pak, bentar dicoba Pak.
Okay, Prof Yu, my staff will be to try to shoot down you punya slide. Tapi sambil dia berusaha, kalau Prof Yu nak talk closing remark, please, never mind.
Okay lah. I think I closing remark.
Sudah.
Okay, on behalf of the AIMS University, I'd like to thank Prof. Riza, and also all our Madam Devi, Madam Sri, and all the Sir and the other dignities for giving me an opportunity to deliver a talk at this forum. So I'd like to thank from the bottom of my heart for your invitation, and I hope that our relationship will be centered, and with our MOU, we will can move forward to have more activities in the future. We hope that this collaborative activity can be carried out or implemented after when the situation improves. But for now, I think we just only hope until both countries, the COVID-19 situation improves. I think Malaysia also equally bad as Indonesia. So we also see that because of our safety, we only can go online. So I hope one day we will see face to face.
Okay. Slow motion suaranya. Hujan di sana. Suaranya mungkin slow. Jadi Prof Yu,
once again.
Your voice delay, Prof Yu.
Boleh dengar?
Boleh sekarang. Tadi agak slow motion. Okay.
Yeah, because the
hujan besar. The great rain. Nah, sekarang slow motion lagi. Agak slow motion nih. Suaranya tak clear. Okay, never mind. Kita boleh dengar tadi Prof Yu bagi remark. Suaranya tak terdengar lagi. Okay, Prof Yu dan Ibu Dewi dan ibu-ibu bapak semua, this month is very special for us because the August is the spirit of Independent Day Malindos. Malindos is Malaysia, Indonesia and Singapore. August, ASEAN anniversary is August 8th, and then Singapore anniversary is 9 August, and Indonesian is 17 August, and Malaysia is 31 August. Therefore, this month is the spirit of Independent Day for us. Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia is a very nice month now. Therefore, Prof Yu, we will to arrange the second event with the nursing from North Sumatra and West Sumatra with the same idea. The same presentation, but we will to create with the spirit of Independent Day, right? Jadi kita mengucapkan terima kasih pada Prof. Very thank you very much. Tapi kita kena dengar satu video dulu, video dalam rangka ulang tahun Indonesia Itu Pak Indah mau share videonya. Boleh Pak Indah sebuah lagu yang boleh membuat kita happiness, because the COVID pandemic situation now must be to more happiness, Bu Dewi, with the coffee from Bali and from macam-macam. Okay, Pak Indah, you can to show the video of merah, apa tu, merah, sesuatu merah, kita dengar. Pak Indah, are you ready just now to share? Okay, kita dengarkan sebuah presentation of Indonesian Independence Day will be coming in 17 August. Sebuah persembahan khas untuk Prof Yu dalam rangka happiness.
Thank you.
Ini orang Masaleh menyanyi lagu Indonesia.
Belanda ya?
Macam. Persembahan khas bulan denganku. Yeah.
Now.
Indonesia.
One more time.
Berputar, kau tetap Indonesia. Andaikan matahari terbit dari barat, kau pun tetap Indonesia. Tak sebilah pedang yang tajam dapat palingkan daku darimu. Sing-singkan lengan baju, rawe-rawe rantah, malang-malang tuntas.
Merdeka.
Merdeka. Wow. Apa Apa yang mau dikata hari ini adalah hari Jumat. Hari Jumat ke rumah Pak Camat. Sedih hati pergi sendirian. Saya ucapkan salam hormat untuk hadirin sekalian. Wah, itu pantun itu. Bu Dewi pernah balas ya. Ini virus kita cakap tadi muncul dari Wuhan. Jangan lupa jaga kesihatan. Banyak kata kurang berkenan. Sudilah kiranya dimaafkan. Okay. Thank you very much for you all. Prof Yu nak balas pantun ke tak?
Tak berapa pandai.
Tak berapa pandai. Okey, kalau gitu saya mewakili Prof Yu menyampaikan pantun. Daun kayu, daun sirih itu banyak dekat Kedah kan? Daun sirih, daun kayu. Terima kasih. Thank you. Wow. See you again. Sampai jumpa. Kita akan buat lagi. Take care. Jaga kesihatan. Kita dengarkan satu lagu kemesraan. Kalau mau nak dengar Prof Yu jadi tambah hiburan, silakan. Ni lagu kemesraan. Kita kena dengarkan. Sila. Iwan Fals, lagu kesukaannya Ibu Dewi, Ibu Ibu Lastri dan kawan-kawan. Tuan Bunda. Oh, tuan. Dikala kita duduk di itu Prof Yu lagunya sangat enak ini, lagu nyaman, lagu dan memandang ombak di lautan yang kian menepi, burung camar terbang bermain di derunya air. Suara alam ini hangatkan jiwa kita.
Sementara sinar surya perlahan mulai tenggelam, suara gitar mengalunkan melodi tentang ada hati membara erat bersatu, getar seluruh jiwa tercurah saat itu. Kemesraan ini janganlah cepat berlalu. Kemesraan ini ingin ku kenang selalu. Hatiku damai, jiwaku tentram di sampingmu. Hatiku damai, jiwaku tentram bersamamu. Sementara sinar surya perlahan mulai tenggelam, suara gitarmu mengalunkan melodi tentang cinta. Ada hati membara erat bersatu, getar seluruh jiwa tercurah saat itu. Kemesraan ini janganlah cepat berlalu. Kemesraan ini ingin ku kenang selalu.
oleh kenang selalu hatiku damai, jiwaku tentram di sampingmu, hatiku damai, jiwaku tentram bersamamu. Sampai jumpa, jaga kesehatan dan kebahagiaan. Keep happiness.
Okay, I'm right here. Oh, still can't hear you. You're probably a noob. Huh? Yeah. Okay. So you need to click join audio. I'm right here. Bottom left corner of your screen. I'm right here. I can't hear you. Can you hear me now? It's the bottom left corner.
Lembutku kena
Hear me?
kasih
Now I can't see you either.
We're not on Zoom anymore. Those days are over. What happened with Dan? He still rattled me yesterday.
No, I know. I'm just so used to taking the meeting.
kau tabur kasih
Oh, right. You gotta go check what's in the fridge. It's all about what's in the screen. Really? Get it on the screen.
People tell me that they come to meet you in your office and it just looks like
sakit dan lelah tak kau hiraukan demi diriku, oh ibu buah hatimu. Tiada ku mampu balas jasamu, hanya doa di setiap waktu, oh ibu tak henti ku harapkan doamu, oh ibu tak henti ku harapkan doamu mengalir di setiap nafasku, mengalir di setiap nafasku. Lembutku kena kasihmu ibu, di dalam hatiku kini menanggung rindu. Engkau tabur kasih seumur masa, bergetar syahdu oh di dalam nadiku, indah bercanda oh denganmu ibu, di dalam hatiku kini selalu merindu, sakit dan lelah tak kau hiraukan demi diriku, oh ibu buah hatimu. Tiada ku mampu membalas jasamu, hanyalah doa oh di setiap waktu, oh ibu tak henti ku harapkan doamu, oh ibu tak henti ku harapkan doamu mengalir di setiap nafasku, mengalir di setiap nafasku. Ibu, ibu, ibu. Allahumma ighfirli wa liwalidayya warhamhuma kama rabbayani shaghira. Lalu ku kenal kasihmu